We are back on air and we have in our studio a special guest, famous grandmaster, coach and commentator Dmitry Kromarov from Ukraine.
Yes.
Hello, good morning, Dmitry.
Welcome and good morning. Yes, so players woke up and now we can see some direct picture from 26 Abu Dhabi Festival. Salam alaikum, by the way.
Yeah, Malikum Assalam, good morning.
Good morning.
And
Yes, one Russian Grandmaster Pyotr Kiryakov playing King's Indian. What? Kiryakov is now became famous in UAE also, yes?
so can you share some, first of all, I know that you are coaching Alain and you came here with the students. So can you share some results, some impression of the first round of your players?
My interest now in open tournament, not actually in masters. So, and today it's more hard work was to woke up my players. Some two girls came right now. What time? Yes, 10 minutes before. So my work now it's little bit completed. I'm waiting for some results to analyze games so I can join commentators. Yes, room. Everything okay. Hotel is very, very nice. I'm feeling like old time when we was grandmasters and people respect our profession. So even somebody recognized it in lift my voice. So said you are commentator. Yes, okay. Come on. Okay.
So just a couple of questions. Just recently, Arab Championship finished, and you had a very good result with Arab champion under 16 years
yes, we
old
won
girl.
under my girl Wafia Al-Mamari. She won under 16, and one boy got silver medal. But okay, quite okay. UAE players, they got 5 gold medals. It's Arab Championship. It's, in Arab countries competition, I think number 1, yes, after Asian Championship. So, and chance for, we have a lot of coaches now. We have a lot of chess club. One of leading club is Abu Dhabi Chess Club, which creates this festival. Also, we have some great big festivals in Sharjah, in Abu Dhabi. Maybe Fujairah Club will join. They made one time and again they won't. So it's a situation, maybe we need only more players. It's problem to select players, to attract players, not select even, to attract more players to chess. Yeah.
Okay, let's go back to the game. So on board 1, your former student Salem
yeah.
plays with black pieces against Russian Grandmaster Peter Kiryakov. And what do you think about this position?
Need to know, yes. Of course, they are still in preparation, especially Salim, as we saw by time. Rook already on h6. So Salim is, here is diagram.
Yeah, we have 15 minutes delay to the moves.
So Rook came on h6 and Kiryakov put his pawn on a5. Yes, Rook h6.
Yeah, this is the current position. We have it on our studio board, our board from the studio. And I would say this is not very traditional way to attack. I mean, to put the rook on h6 in front of h7 pawn.
But maybe idea simple: queen e8, queen h5, and h3 just move knight and bishop take h3.
Exactly. As I said, this a4, a5 is a variation first introduced by famous Viktor Kochnoy. Am I right? I don't know. Can you?
Yes. Again, some knight b5 against Kasparov or what?
Yeah, it was in the 90s, and knight b5, a6, knight a7 idea.
Yes.
Yeah.
But how to protect on? Yes, like king h1, bishop g1 maybe. But Salim will bring knight on g3.
Okay. Okay. Let's try to play a most direct way. Knight b5 here.
Knight b5.
Do you care about a7 pawn or not?
I think I should maybe, okay, a6, knight a7.
a6, knight a7.
And most probably we need
to sacrifice, no?
To sacrifice.
Okay, let's try.
Let's try. Computer
Takes,
not
takes.
like our
Actually, I said
Queen
already. So if you want to play the game, I mean to play a chess according to computer, you shouldn't play King's Indian at all.
King's Indian, yes, you are
Because-
-1 immediately.
Exactly. So computer
Yes.
gives big advantage to white.
Big advantage. Now what we can? Knight d3, knight f2, h3. Can we
Okay, let's
have
start.
time for
Knight
this?
d3.
Queen h5, h3. Maybe enough.
So I should start sacrificing my knights, yeah?
Knight f2.
Knight f2 and bring another knight to
on
h4.
G6.
G6 to
yes.
h4.
Now what is?
But maybe actually no real threat. I can play rook
Yes,
e1,
and
knight
bishop
h4 and
F1,
bishop to
for
f1.
example, Yes.
How to continue, Grandmaster?
I don't know. So what? But Salim knows if he's.
Yeah, so this is not the way, yeah? Most
it's
probably
10
this is not the
seconds.
way. So once again, knight b5.
Knight b5. So what shall we do?
Oh, I know another,
Knight c5 b4. Knight f6.
or there is a
Okay.
knight f6, knight takes
Knight
a7
takes.
and bishop d7.
Bishop d7.
I sacrifice just a
Yes.
pawn, not an exchange.
Okay. This is looks more dangerous.
And if knight b5 back,
b5. Yes, maybe we can go to queen e8 and give.
give everything, yeah? Okay,
everything.
let's try.
Yes.
Queen e8 takes,
Queen h5.
and I
I thought-
smell some mate, yeah?
Bishop. Up. And want to do. How it h4 maybe I should play. Wait.
Yeah, queen
Queen
h5,
h5 h4 what?
and still I believe I
Still.
would sacrifice the rook.
Okay.
Because the rook-
sacrifice.
Yes.
Looks very dangerous for white.
Yeah, from human point of view, it looks
Yes,
very
it's
dangerous.
very
But okay, let's just eat the rook.
What?
How to
Rook
continue the
G6?
attack? Rook g6, yeah.
Yes. Knight.
Rook g6.
No, my idea, I don't know even my idea. Queen g5 or h3
What's wrong with h3 and
before h3 immediately.
yes, exactly. No. After rook g6, the huge threat is h4, h3 now.
But if we play immediately h3, maybe back.
Instead of rook g6,
Yes.
h3 immediately, yeah.
Yes.
And I was thinking I can play g3 or g4 even. So famous French word en passant.
Yes.
Should
bishop
work here.
G3. Now should be okay. And
Let's try to sacrifice everything. Yeah, rook
Yes.
rook g3, rook g6, king h2, and rook takes.
rook take g3. What to do? h2 or give some idea? Bishop h6 and queen h3. h2 maybe.
h2.
Yes. Looks knight g2 he will play after.
And also hiding the king on f2, yeah?
Take. Something we didn't see, of course.
So we are not using the computer assistance,
Yes.
so we just we are trying
From our-
to attack with our human resources. I don't know how to continue. Knight to g6,
Knight.
or maybe this
maybe
is
not h3.
this
let's
is not enough.
back.
Let's go
Not
back a little bit.
Take. Okay, h4.
Yeah, this is the position. Yeah, rook g3, rook g6. Rook g6 looks interesting just to stop g3 or g4. But you know, maybe as
Start
I
like
can go king h2 and
And
after
now
h3 it comes the same.
same, yes.
So taking on g3, bishop g3.
If bishop h6, rook
Hang
g1.
on one second. 1 second.
Sacrifice more.
Yeah, otherwise white will play the rook on g1
So
and
need to sacrifice.
yeah, rook takes g3, king takes g3.
We need some decisive idea.
So king is ready to run to
Yes.
f2, e3. What about the move bishop h6 here?
King h or knight d3.
Knight d3. Yeah, because no knight g2 anymore. Knight
Yes.
d3.
Hop. Something happened.
I
here.
wanted to cut-
Mate.
I wanted-
We are getting mate queen g6. Sorry. This
Yeah, just. But how exactly is the
not
mate?
Exactly mate.
How is the
Wait.
mate, Grandmaster?
Okay, wait. Should be mate.
Okay.
Something we didn't see. Very very simple. Yes. Should be something like
Oh, so the mate is like this: Queen G5,
Queen H4.
King F2, Queen H4.
Yes,
And
yes.
and checkmate to follow.
By steps. Okay.
Yeah, this is famous staircase, and
Yes, so first by stair.
this is our first successful attack.
Yes.
Because really it's very
Again.
hard. But imagine how hard is to defend this position for white if you don't
Nothing.
know, if you don't have real
Real
knowledges here.
No, maybe we should start with G4. You know this.
Here G4.
Yes, something. You know, knowledge. Take. And
Okay,
you
and if
can-
I take en passant,
yes.
take by pawn and bring.
Queen will, knight f6, knight.
If Queen F6, if
Queen-
Queen King E8, King G2.
Yeah,
King G2
8,
no, King G2, Queen
Queen
H5.
h5, yes, Queen a8 maybe then. And G4 is looks knight coming on f4 and you will make me. Yes, G4 is not working.
Still, I don't see how you give me mate here. Knight G2, Queen H5. I'm just trying to play, let's say, Bishop to E3. So Maestro,
Maestro,
show me
Show
a
mate.
winning attack. Yeah, show me mate. My intention is to play King F2 on Rook H1.
Knight f6.
Actually, maybe there is a simple way. Queen H2, King F2, and Rook H3.
H3, yes.
And Rook
you're
H3, and
winning on G2. King
Okay.
E1, I can, yes.
just taking the pawn. I don't believe. I mean, the knight on G2 is hanging. The knight comes to G6, F4. So
Okay, like G4, so not. So how to defend? Should be not panic like King H1, Bishop G1, of course. But what to play?
in some positions,
Maybe knight B5.
white can play something, but white is not in time. I think like knight D3, let's say, Queen E8, Bishop F2, Bishop F2 to E1,
Queen H5.
and H3, and the knight goes to
Knight goes
F2 and G4 sometimes. Let's say knight F6. I just
knight
defend the
F2.
pawn.
Poo-poo.
The knight comes
Knight.
to G6. I can play
Can I play knight G4? Yes.
knight G4 and
Some
trap the rook.
Idea, yes, to play knight G4.
So this is defensive idea: Bishop to E1, knight F2, knight G4.
Mhm.
I think I saw in one of Coach Noy's games same idea, like Bishop E2, knight F, Bishop E1, knight F2, and knight G4 later on.
But without engine, dangerous to go here by white.
Yeah, you need really very
Really
deep preparation.
Deep preparation.
And you know, sometimes even engine shows white's big advantage. You have to analyze really till the end,
No,
because
you
plus
need
two-
to use more time.
Exactly,
I think,
exactly,
yes.
exactly. So
Give him more time.
we as coaches we know this problem. Yeah.
Yes.
So sometimes
But no time. Sometimes before preparation you have still seconds and minutes.
maybe we can have the camera view
Camera view.
Just
we
to-
will ask.
to
Yes.
see Peter Kiriakov
He's
move to. Yeah.
he is also yes. Not
So I don't believe Rook H6 came as a surprise to him, but really he's
But what he played after Rook F6, if against me somebody will play Rook F6, I will not play immediately
A5. Actually, he didn't. He spent some time.
He spent time.
Yes,
Now
he spent some
he
time.
must memorize, which is not, very pleasant. Yes, during game do like this. But knight d3, knight.
I would never recommend to play such a positions in the morning
Yes, morning
because you know
time, yes.
one move you forget one move and really the game is just lost. So there is a lot of system in against King's Indian when you can play like in a more safe way.
More
Play.
safe.
With G3 I would recommend.
Or you should be like exactly knows everything.
Yeah, but still this is a morning round and one move I would say
and not
mistake.
young player. Yes.
He's not young player. He's not that active. I mean, I don't remember.
No, he was here. I think he was invited by local sheikh to play with him, especially. This I heard this story. Yes, sheikh who was in team of Kasparov invited Kiriakov, and 1 year he spent to just play his work was to play against
Yeah, but
Sheikh.
he is not active tournament player
No,
anymore.
but we don't know about Sheikh's level. I heard he has big library and Sheikh he played with Leko. He invited some play. His level like 2200.
Yeah, yes,
like near FIDE master.
I know him as well.
You know.
Yeah, yes.
Did you play?
I did play, and I gave some lesson as well. So back in 2016 or 17, I don't remember now. So he's really a
Yes.
big amateur, and he loves chess. He loves to play. He loves to analyze some positions and to train. But I didn't see him playing tournaments.
But where you met Sheikh? In his
Exactly,
palace?
Yeah, is in his place. So actually, this is he owns one of the private chess club in Abu Dhabi. Really very interesting. So it's very good that we
Chess
have
club or
chess club, private chess club. So it's really
who is visiting?
many players are visiting the place. So it's really nice that there are some chess lovers, the chess amateurs that can investing in chess and they likes to play. Okay,
So we
back.
can like Sheikh. What's name of Sheikh? Do you remind is? He's I know owner of many malls here and hotels. Yes. So if he listen our comments, we invite Sheikh to our commentators room to visit Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. Maybe play Blitz tournament upcoming. Yes. On Tuesday 6.
Okay, let's move to board
Yes.
number 2.
Yes, we looking
Yeah, Peter.
upset.
Exactly. So
We're
it's,
looking
I would
like
say this is typical morning face of a chess
morning
player.
face, and he wants two things now: to wash his
Yes.
face and some, help outside. Now Sindarov also not so happy. Okay, maybe c5, but c5 now all starting to take on c5 suddenly, and how his position nobody knows. But maybe here is
So
not
c5,
position.
and if d takes c5, queen a5.
You should play like this.
Yeah,
yes.
and castle short, queen c5 and c4.
Knight c4, rook c, something, suddenly people in London and all bishop g5 started, before was not considering. Now all playing d takes c5, even like d4, knight f6, knight f3, c5, even playing d takes c5. Some going to Sicilian. What's Sindarov? Knight bd7, he doesn't want to play, looks.
Yeah,
Yes.
knight d7, okay, it's the possible move. I mean, nothing
Knight
wrong with.
b7, c5, b6, bishop b7. So, what else?
Yeah, or starting with b6, bishop b7, c5, and then black choose where to put the knight, to d7 or to c6. So, as I know, black can play something like knight d7, rook e8, and e5 idea,
Yes.
because the bishop is on g5. So,
Yes.
comparing to London system, white do not control the e5 square.
But you're right, but in some moment maybe when you play rook e8, knight d7, this guy will play c4.
c4
Yes.
once again attacking the
Yes,
center.
something here is in Darab, some anti-Grunfeld, anti-Grunfeld, normal.
We can call this opening anti-Grunfeld, yeah.
We can call, yes.
But-
Depend of result we will call, yes.
What about the move here, knight e4? I mean,
Knight
changing the
E4,
structure. What do you think?
I guessing, but maybe yes, knight e4 what? He will take maybe, otherwise, yes.
So taking,
Take,
I
take
take.
knight d2 and you play something like f5, yes.
I was thinking to play c5 first.
c5 and c3 I will stop, I don't know, like.
This is
Uh-huh. Bishop e2.
bishop e2. Yeah, I'm sorry. And here we are trying to.
Yes, trying to yes. What is knight e4?
So knight e4. Probably white should take on e4.
Yes.
Otherwise, black
Take,
change one
yes.
pairs of knight. And,
Otherwise, why you played?
yeah.
But okay, we can play bishop e4.
So
but
taking
we are
knight to
trying-
d2.
And you advising c5, okay, c3, and maybe some take on d4, and we will see. Where is queen? Maybe
Takes,
go on
takes.
a5.
But actually, the pawn on e4 is
Untouchable. Looks
kind of
knight
in danger.
c6, or
Can I take the pawn?
who knows?
It's a pawn up, maestro.
Pawn up, but we have something. Yes, here or no?
As a Grunfeld player,
Yes, I'm not Grunfeld player, but should be something.
so queen b6 and
Queen
followed by
b6,
e5 or queen a5 check.
Bishop f5, rook d8.
Okay, let's try. How black should develop his initiative?
But why we played knight c6? Shall we play knight c6? Maybe we have better.
It was your recommendation, I thought.
Okay.
Not, yeah? Not anymore. All right. So, can I play such a weird move as bishop e6 here?
What's idea? Bishop d with knight.
If I manage to put my bishop on d5,
But okay, if I
take and bishop d5 now, I
Mhm.
want to play for tricks.
Mhm.
And if you play f3,
Yes, okay.
Maestro, give me
yes,
the piece.
Yes.
and this double attack,
Yesterday, one my girl lost in same way. She took bishop e5, knight take e5, and queen a5 check.
so
She
this is,
yes.
yeah, sometimes we learn chess from our students, so
Yes, how to-
playing for tricks, bishop d5.
Maybe knight c3. What?
By the way, if you play the same, bishop f,
Same I'm losing. It's
Okay,
not
this
losing,
time
but
but still black
we
should be
cannot
fine.
Otherwise, yes.
Yeah, black should be fine. And if you move the knight to c3, my intention was just to take the
Bishop
pawn.
on g2, yes. And
What's
play
wrong with black's position here?
Yes.
I mean, equal material. White's king is not that not that
safe.
yeah, exactly.
Maybe I should castle long side. Queen b3, long castle, and h4, something.
Okay, but this is playable position.
Playable position,
I would say it's
absolutely.
very sharp and with
But Max
mutual
is
chances.
player like this, yes.
so bishop
he's right.
e6, bishop e6. I don't know. It was just a try
No,
to.
bishop e6 should be some. Knight c6 is not bad idea, but knight c6, for example, I will play short castle and
You mean
what?
instead of
Yes, it looks attractive.
But one more time, can I take the pawn?
No, if not take and play, shall I do after
If-
short
if-
castle?
I don't know. Maybe queen d5.
Queen d5.
Bishop moves to h4 or f4. I don't know.
Yes,
And
bishop.
playing e5, or this is too much.
Too much. Yes, that's why I am not. Yes, bishop c4.
Probably bishop c4 wins the pawn. Yeah. Queen to a5.
d5. We can.
D5.
No.
Yeah, this is horrible. Looks
This
horrible
is-
for black.
We too much.
Okay, once
So-
again, I do insist on my move.
Okay, I will. What's your idea? Just bishop d5.
I want to put my bishop to d5 and then
Ah.
later knight c6 and I don't know.
Short castle. You will play bishop d5 and little bit happy. Yes.
I would be more or less
More or less. yes.
fine here. Followed by knight c6, queen d7 and e5.
Okay, normal position. We will not, because even I can play.
You know,
something
maestro,
like
here, what is the strongest move? Typical, you know, you're a French player.
F3. I don't.
No. Typical French player maneuver for white here.
Knight b1, knight c2.
Very good, very good.
Knight b1, maybe.
Knight
yes.
b1 is a very strong maneuver, and
Also possible.
yes.
Maybe you will play b6.
b6 and hide the bishop to b7,
yes,
yeah.
right, but okay,
Knight
now
c3,
some-
bishop b7.
But now you improve your knight. No, I don't like black position.
Yeah, black's
Knight e4, maybe Sindarov will not play.
Yeah, this was a try, but
Yes.
but probably not enough. So okay, normal move here, as we
If
said, is
c5,
b6.
if c5, why we c5, dc5, we don't like queen a5, but okay, another move is knight a6, we can also
Take on a6
knight
and make
b3,
castle
knight
maybe.
c5, yeah, knight,
But what? But
knight
if I take on a6
okay, no, knight, what about knight b d7?
and make castle,
No, this I don't like. Knight b d7.
knight b7 and knight to
b4
b3
and knight c5.
and knight takes c5.
I missed something. But shall you play? Maybe you can sacrifice before you can play.
Wow.
Can
b4. b4.
a5, c3. You know, to be ready, give rook on a1.
So this is just a slav with the bishop on g5 instead of bishop to c1. Okay, can I play knight e4? Just let's say the most direct way.
Most direct, you should take on e4 and knight
And-
d2.
And I take on a1
Queen takes. No, I'm happy with my position.
and
It's
bishop
fine.
h6 here, yeah?
Bishop h6 at least. No,
No, no,
okay.
white is just
No, okay, knight f6,
knight
d2.
f6, knight d2, and
Knight
followed by
d2.
knight x e4.
Yes.
Yeah, so we can show this variation,
Mhm.
knight x e4, and white is
Mhm.
clearly better, no?
Yes. So before is serious.
Yeah, before.
Maybe we should go queen a5 back, yes, and as you mentioned,
Castle shot.
castle and c4. Yes, and play this position. Maybe d takes c4. But some Grillfeld
Yeah,
bishop
let's say
f4 line, yes.
exactly. Rook c1.
Rook
Can I
c-
play rook c1?
Maybe.
b5.
Oh. Let's go to check what happened in
Oh.
some, yes, what we have.
Okay, let's go back to board number one.
One and see.
To board number one because
Still Kiryakov, yes.
Kiriko is still no, he played the move knight to d3.
Knight did, as you told, and bishop e1, knight f2, h3.
And
And Salim played knight f6 also.
Look, instantly, without thinking, without losing even half a minute. So knight f6. Why
Yes.
black is 1 hour 32 minutes on the clock. So black didn't spend
Yes,
time at all.
Didn't spend, they prepared, of course.
Knight d3, knight f6. So what's the idea?
Knight f6, somewhere g4. Okay, knight b5, g4 you can.
And now
Pawn is-
knight b5 is not an issue.
Yes,
This one
knight
because
b5 absolutely not working because a6 knight it's
and bishop to
useless.
d7.
Bishop d7.
exactly.
Other idea knight b5 g4. So where you should go? Bishop e1 as you told.
Can I start to launch my attack by
Maybe
c5?
not.
It's too late, you think, yeah?
Maybe queen e8 and you have no moves. Yeah.
And queen e8 and I don't have moves.
You need play like you told.
Okay,
Bishop e1.
let's continue with g4.
How? Before was.
I want to be
losing.
brave.
Okay, take on
Take,
g.
and I want to take by bishop. This is my intention. Looks terrible, yeah?
Yes, two knights. You will
Knight
take
comes
on
to h5,
h5,
and then to f4.
dream position for
Right,
Salim.
yes, I do agree. I do. So what to do?
What
Bishop
do
to
like,
e1?
You know, bishop e1, and knight f2, h3, and
But somehow white is losing too much time for defense because instead of
yes,
creating
he
some
did-
threats,
He played a4, a5.
and then suddenly bishop went to e1 with knight f2 idea. So I don't see like really clear logic of a4 a5 and followed by bishop e1 and knight f2. But
Mm.
okay, maybe this is the way.
This is you.
And if I play knight g6 here,
What's your idea? Just
Knight h4.
h4, knight g.
I want to play knight.
We should play same. Knight f2, h3, knight g somehow.
Knight h4.
Uh-huh.
Now maybe one
b4.
day I want to sacrifice on g2.
You will sacrifice. So I am not so happy. Maybe, but it's very difficult to defend this.
Yes, yes. Even not queen e8. I don't know.
Bishop.
Can I launch my attack directly here? Like let's say g4.
Okay.
Okay, after b4 you mean g4.
G4. Take f, take g4.
And I wanted to take on g2.
Okay, now I am a little bit more optimistic for a while.
Can I take on g2? No.
Not
I was
enough.
thinking to sacrifice
Oh,
knight on g2, then knight on in e4 and queen h4. No, but this is too much. This is too much. Okay, black can continue by playing first bishop d7, then bringing the
yes,
queen.
and something like very easy.
This is one idea, knight g6, knight h4. But after bishop e1, can I play first a3? Or queen e8?
Queen e8. Okay, queen e8. I
Knight
should play
f2.
Knight f2.
Right.
Now what? Your next move is h3.
Queen h5, h3. And somehow black's attack is...
Okay, if you not queen h5, what we can do? Some tricks. Some. So maybe.
Maybe just first a prophylactic white move a6 here.
What
First.
side? Against knight b5.
Yeah, because knight b5 is an issue now. And,
Maybe.
and then somehow white...
d4 I will. Or c5.
Or c5 immediately,
C5
yes,
immediately,
sacrificing.
Yes, dc5 looks dangerous.
And if not, I will take on d6 followed by knight a4 and rook a3 idea.
Somehow maybe who are the commentators? Who is asking? Michel 64. So you cannot recognize my voice, Michel 64. So what are you doing here? Sorry, commentator, your commentator, we are Relak Dakesco and Dmitry Komarov. So please pay attention. We invite all our friends to join Abu Dhabi's 26th festival. It's only morning transmission with great commentators you can enjoy. Okay, now 8 a.m. London time. Please wake up, take your breakfast and start your Saturday with our comments. Yes, what's time in New York time? Okay, it's not late to go sleep, so you can also join. Okay, let's to watch Salem attack. Salem is Salem Abdurrahman. Yes, Saleh. Yes.
Yes, your former student.
Yes.
Probably you know him better than
Yes,
than anyone else. So
I spent when I was in Sharjah club trained him. I spent with him more times than with my wife, you know, and I think so.
okay, so you know him very
Yes,
well.
I know. He will try to give mate, of course. Let us see position what Kiryakov again
No,
thinking.
same. Yes, he's still
Same.
thinking.
But he has no ideas and bring bishop on Ivan. Yes, I don't know. Not so happy. But okay.
What to advise?
What advice? Of course, Bishop Ivan. Yes.
Bishop e1. Yeah, no other way to defend the king. So go, Peter. Don't think so much.
Don't think you will
Don't
not.
think so much because really
Really, yes.
your position soon will be very dangerous.
But after Bishop Ivan, as we saw, there is not
Not
clear what to do.
yeah, no
yes?
clear way to continue the
Yes,
attack.
knight a f2, h3, stop. Okay, you can bring knight on g3. So what? g4 may be losing. Yes, it's not so many moves. Knight b5 useless.
Exactly. So bishop to e1. Bishop to e1 is our recommendation.
Chess, you know, chess. You can defend right now any position.
What about the move here g4? Can I play it
G4,
immediately?
no. As we saw, maybe it's very risky.
Just taking.
It's helped too much.
Taking by pawn is probably suiciding, yeah? It looks like very bad.
Looks like what you told. Queen a8 and queen h5.
No, but this is a little bit different.
Why? King g2.
Now I want to
will
play
give-
g4.
But knight.
Knight can jump to
Can
f4, yeah?
So by what you should start g4 immediately, maybe. Yes?
Yeah, here g4.
G4 immediately.
I mean
yes.
for black.
No, take g4 immediately.
And if I take the pawn on g4?
I will be very happy maybe of rook back on g6 and
Rook back to
how you
g6.
will protect.
That's a good question.
That's a good question. Okay, but anyway, still nothing. Again, not dangerous at all. Maybe king g2, rook h1.
King g2, knight probably takes on
Knight
g4,
probably,
and
bishop g1 maybe. Still not
now
easy.
somehow g3 is vulnerable. I should play
Yes.
against this pawn. But how? The problem is bishop
Bring
h6,
another knight, king h8,
knight
knight
g8.
g8 and on g5 queen, knight h.
Oh
okay,
yes,
knight
king
h6.
h8, knight g8. Or maybe I can play bishop to h6. Just
Yes.
creating some threats, maybe knight e3, bishop e3, bishop f4, I don't know. Okay, complicated position.
Complicate. What we have other? I don't. Yes.
Yeah, this is the current
I
position.
was little bit busy yesterday. What? A lot of surprise. Facebook talking a lot of surprise yesterday happened. First board, for example. So many first 20 boards, so many unexpected results happened.
Well,
And
not that much, you
Indian
know, because the
players,
young Indian players are
young
very
Indian
dangerous,
players,
and
yeah.
and for instance, really on board one, Yuri Krivoluchko lost. I mean, I would say black won a very instructive and beautiful game, sacrificing a pawn and creating some
This is
mating
dangerous
ideas.
player, but this Vianney, Antonio Vianney, I remember he was in charge, also beat some great name, But after starting to, maybe he's depend of mood, this player. You
Exactly,
know,
and yesterday in our studio, he told that his rating is 2370, and he lost some rating points.
yes,
and
he
this year.
was in Sharjah
Hard to believe.
2017. He was 2420 something, and now
I mean, if you, let's say, are beating regular grandmaster of 2-6, yeah, and still you are losing rating, something is wrong here. I don't know.
Yes.
Okay, and one more surprise, one more Indian player beat Vladimir Onishchuk from Ukraine.
This is girl.
I'm sorry, you know better, of course.
No, girl, it's our Landa. Konstantin Landa student, he told this me at this move or something. So she's very strong girl, Indian, promising. She's okay now in one of
Bishop to
Bishop
E1.
E1, how we strong. Salem played surprisingly Rook G6 and starting maybe H5 G4 attack.
Or G4 directly, yeah.
Or no, Knight
White wants to play.
F2, maybe you should include this H5, H3.
So Knight F2, H5.
I don't, Knight F2, Kiryakov of course no moves then. H5, yes, Salem is like machine playing. H3, yes.
And after H3, what's Black's plan after?
H3, bring knight on H6
You-
and give mate.
All right, thank you,
Yes.
maestro. So where to move the king? To H8, to F7? Where is the best
I
place
think
for the king?
H8. Yes,
Or
I
H7?
think
H8, yeah.
I think H8, and I don't know by feeling. Okay, Kiryakov played knight F2 and
So
Komarov knows all moves of
yeah,
Salem,
of course,
yes.
no big surprise because
Yes,
Salim is your
yes,
student, so you know the way how he moves the
Yes,
pieces. Especially, Salim is still on his own
Yes,
home preparation.
On preparation on his one of his favorite play, direct straight play. Salem is very dangerous in direct attack. So how to stop? I don't know.
Knight to G8 comes, Knight to H6,
Knight
Bishop to
H6, How
F8.
to stop G? Yes, and can start G4 and take. Rook is only question to prepare more this G4. Bring some queen on G8 or
Okay,
no need.
so as my
Or
coach
can-
said, no panic.
No panic. Yes.
Rook A3, I play.
No panic if you are computer. If you are human, it's a lot of. Yes, knight G8.
Knight G8, and now I want to move the knight. I don't know where exactly to move the knight. Just to stop G4. Maybe I can include my rook to the third rank, so. Where to move the knight, maestro?
Where to move knight?
To B1,
to
okay.
B1. But now, E4 is not. Knight H6. Okay.
Knight H6, I'm just play B4.
B4. Let you play.
Show me.
Show me what shall I do? Bishop D7, Queen C8, or immediately G4?
Actually, G4 immediately works, no?
Normally, but Rook will come on third. Take.
You can, of course, make
Yes,
let's say, move King G8, I don't know.
But it's not our way.
Not our way, but in fact it's like winning of a tempo because Rook on H3 comes without check. I don't know, maestro.
No, G4.
G4, okay.
This is not.
Okay. Takes.
Take.
Take.
Yes, take. Which knight? By the way, knight F maybe we can start.
Just to open the queen.
To open knight G4.
Okay, let's take everything.
By knight should be normally, yes, and knight coming on.
And fine. The E3 square is very
E3
weak.
weak, you need to care about E3 before.
No, it's
So
just
Salem's idea is very clear.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So really, we are worried about White's position, yeah, because Black's plan is King H8, bringing the knight to H6, and
Yes,
play G4.
How to stop what?
okay, let's play kind of desperado
Okay,
attack. C5.
Desperado knight G8.
You just ignore my
Just
play.
ignore.
Okay, I'll take on D6.
Maybe I should take. Yes.
Take it back, yeah, and
And what
now
knight
I
D4?
see a very
The
weak
rook-
C7 square.
Okay, you should do something. Definitely.
By the way, Bishop B4 is can be a threat.
Okay, play no bishop f8. I will stop.
Yeah.
Okay, knight h6. Salem will not care about.
and rook c1, knight c7. But looks like white is not in time.
Maybe I should play a6. A6. Your idea is knight a3, but you taking square from your rook.
All right.
Maybe I should start with a6 and put knight here, and after start, you know this, and
Somehow
even
white is not in time.
Yes.
Yeah, one tempo down.
I will give you rook even on a. Yes.
Maestro, you sacrifice rook.
Yes. No. Take.
At least my knight from c4 controls the square
Yes,
e3.
it's a good point.
Anyway, I don't know what to do. I don't know. I would be very afraid of, playing this for white. Which knight, Maestro?
Yes, by knight I want knight queen h4 queen
Yeah.
g5. So it's
Takes,
about
takes, and
takes, yes, and maybe now rook a3. Now what?
yeah, rook a3.
You will how to stop queen g5? You are better already. Yes, and so.
I wanted here. Can I? No, I cannot play bishop h4. I wanted to.
But you can give check and play bishop.
I can give check first
Yes, queen g5 maybe not.
and play
right
bishop to
way.
h4.
Not right way. So we should play something else.
Yeah, this is the position.
Visible, but smelling for white. Nobody will go here. But what is how to decide this position?
King to g8. I don't know.
Go back knight h6. He can move.
No.
This is
Let's make this prophylactic move. You know what's the idea? You cannot play rook h3 because knight
Yes.
e3.
Yes, and now you are ready to play queen g something
Exactly.
like queen g5.
And also white cannot play knight to b6.
b6 because knight e3 maybe or something.
I was thinking knight h. Oh no, sorry, just dreaming.
What about queen g5 maybe still working?
Vamos, yeah, let's go. Queen g5, and can I take?
Take.
No, knight e3 is coming. I
Yeah.
cannot.
Cannot. So
Looks terrible for white.
yes. Let's see what happened. Too much we are far maybe. But Salim's plan is very straight. Very clear. He surprised his opponent, I don't know. If me, yes, somehow fly, need, sheikh help to bring king on c2 like this. To ask helicopter to come here and evacuate king on c2.
Better to
Other.
somewhere to b1, yeah.
Yes.
By the way, it's good point because here I can play king to h2. Very strange move.
No, it's
Look,
nice.
maestro, and
now
rook h1.
Rook h1. Oh,
And if you play knight h6, I'm
king
trying
g1.
evacuation of the king.
Yes.
King f1, bishop d3, king e2.
See, great idea.
So so now I'll play king to f1.
King
And if you play
G4,
this,
okay, I'm happy
I'll just
now.
take
There is
one.
no mate.
I'll
yes.
take once and play bishop to d.
D3, yes, and now you are, yes, protected. No
Even
knight
I don't need the move bishop to d3. How to continue here? The most important thing, the rook on
Maybe
h1
C5.
takes the square, the
Yes.
square h5 under control.
Super idea. How it's working? Or
Let's
I
go
can
bishop
stop?
d2.
Maybe I can play.
King e1 later on.
Wait. Let's start with king h2.
Yeah, king h2 looks okay.
And now, where is my
Actually, I didn't see this kind of ideas.
Can we play
G4 directly.
G4? Yes, something should be.
But give me the pawn, maestro.
Give you what? Check again and play on h5, but it's
Even
not,
I can
no,
think
no,
about
I,
we can think about move knight h3 here.
Yes, I'm not happy with that. Me see
King h2.
how to bring my pieces. Can I play rook h6?
Rook h6 back.
Rook h6, rook h1, g4.
But
Can or not?
this is, I
Well,
will take by f by and then by
Take,
queen.
take. I am protected.
I have enough pieces
enough.
to defend.
Interesting idea.
King h2. So you just said evacuation and immediately
Yes, evacuate.
this king h2 move came to my mind. So
Yes.
sometimes you just need you need the idea. You need to understand what you want to what you need to do. What is the goal? So king h2, rook h1, king g1, and run forest. Run forest. So king h2. Completely unexpected idea.
Looks not bad.
But you know, Maestro, I think you're right. Black should
Take,
sacrifice the pawn and
but
give
why
this
by
check.
h? Okay, doesn't matter.
Yes, okay, probably by pawn or by knight.
Yes,
by pawn. And give this check.
Okay, knight h3.
And I was knight h3, sorry. Okay, actually the same idea, and knight h7.
Knight h7.
Followed by knight g6, knight g5.
So, what shall I do now?
At least the king remains in the dangerous.
Maybe I should play king g1. Why
Or rook
not?
h1, king g1.
Maybe knight, no, maybe no. Or rook h1, king g1. Or king g1 immediately.
King g1 immediately.
What's wrong?
Now I'll bring my knight to g6.
You concentrate. Now g5 can or not?
No, I'll just take the
G5
pawn
is
on
good.
g5, yeah.
Need rook on a3 maybe. Always, yes?
Rook on a3, okay.
You will.
Continue by knight h4. Yeah, now I'm ready to sacrifice on g2, maybe some. No, no.
And
still
now
not.
my move, g5 should be work.
Knight takes g5.
Knight takes. Oh no. Let me see here. Yes. Somehow. Maybe time to take bishop h4. To reduce.
I'm
and
always happy with this.
Knight b5.
Knight b5, yeah?
Strange I'm defending.
Okay. I move back. Queen to e7.
Oh,
I think it's. I believe it's good compensation. Now I want
let's
bishop
go,
f6,
go
bishop
to
h4.
check. You know, we are far little.
Yeah, but king h2 is really
King
interesting.
h2 interesting idea. And bring king on b1 different way.
So let's see from the camera.
Let's see camera.
From the camera, maybe we. White.
Kiryakov, 28 minutes, not coming in his mind. Let's go Sindarov. What's Sindarov?
Yeah, board number 2.
How many
board
boards
number
we have?
2.
3? 2 boards.
2 boards to follow.
Okay. But good players actually we have. Yes. Sindarov plays c5 and Maksudlu didn't play our idea. He is going to end the game, which I don't believe promising him something. Yes? What normal move is? Your bishop e6, bishop f4, some should be developed move. Yes? Developing move from
Alright, this is the current position, yeah? So c4.
Sindarov, but it's good spending too much time. Yes, for this simple position.
Okay, maybe for us the position is simple because we are sitting here drinking coffee,
No,
enjoying
no,
our
okay, this
enjoying our live commentaries.
Yes,
shouldn't,
there
you know,
is no responsibility like
Exactly. We can sacrifice 10 pieces per minute. It's actually not
Yes.
our pieces, not our
what
our
I-
game.
Yes, what I mean, but position typical anyway.
The position, yeah, is typical, but still Black needs to find the way to play because comparing to
Bishop came on g5.
yeah, the bishop is on g5 comparing to London system, and sometimes d5 pawn is under attack. So maybe bishop f6, queen d5. So what do you recommend here for
Some
black?
by bishop e6 or bishop f5.
Bishop to e6, maestro, but
Maestro,
it's against the rule. How
Yeah.
can you put the bishop in front of the pawn?
This just I have feeling to put. I don't know.
Okay.
And rook c8, queen d8, maybe like this. I have some feeling.
But would you recommend this move to your students, bishop e6?
Sometimes
Yeah.
why not?
Maybe knight e4 is the
Yes,
idea
it's
and
some
defending.
idea, but my idea is remove rook, play rook, remove queen, and somehow
Hang on, and if I take on c5 immediately,
queen
directly?
takes c5
And knight
rook-
d4.
and knight d4.
I was a little bit worried about this move.
Maybe bishop d7 now. But I took center.
Yes, he controlled the center, so
Yes.
I really want to take some material.
Yes, and knight b3. Maybe you're right. And when bishop on coming knight.
I don't know which rook. This rook and knight b3.
Yes, somehow.
Knight b3. What is this, maestro? I don't understand.
I don't. Okay, take. Something we are losing here. Yes.
Rook b7, knight c5, lose a piece. Yeah.
Yes.
No, actually not,
Not-
because bishop on e2 is hanging as well. So this,
But need to calculate much.
of course,
and
once
we
again,
don't know what bishop
once
FC.
again,
Maybe bishop FC. Yes.
these are not our pieces, so we
Yes.
can.
No, but we have a lot of
Yeah,
ideas.
exactly.
Bishop f6. Some move should
Yeah,
be
just winning for white.
somehow exchange. I will win. Okay.
So bishop e6. Bishop e6 is one of the move here. What about the typical move c4 here?
c4. Something should be also considered. Maybe queen take, a take, and b3. Yes.
b5,
b5. Can I play a4? You will play b4.
a4, b4,
This is also idea, but
rook
No.
c1.
I don't like this. Maybe you can take straight cb4, c3, knight b1, or
Yeah, I was thinking about, but I didn't like the move c2.
yes, and yes.
Follow it by knight b4 and bishop f5.
Mhm. Okay, so
So Sindarov is taking his time. Really, it's important decision. Or you
yes,
play c4 and
again,
change the queens,
important.
or you play bishop.
Some move
f5.
maybe bishop f5. I am not sure, but bishop f5 similar ideas maybe take and knight d4. Yes. Take on c5
Oh, I'm sorry, taking on c5, queen
and
c5,
knight d4. Maybe
and knight d4.
similar.
and once again bishop to d7, or
Here you can play knight d4, but I don't believe. Take.
taking on d4. You mean?
I mean knight d4, but it's no. I mean
Here knight e4,
yes,
but it's
don't believe.
losing
don't
material. I can
losing,
take on
something
b7
losing.
because too many weaknesses. Yeah,
Yes,
on e7,
yes.
on b7. So
That's why move by bishop. Yes, under dc5. Sindarov should okay. Some c4 is interesting, but c4 is normal, but something we don't like.
So probably the bishop. I mean, it's good with the bishop on
Yes,
f4. But in
somehow.
this position, maybe white can immediately attack black's chain, black's pawn's chain. I don't know.
b3, what
b5, yeah, and a4. This is the move. I believe this.
b4, b4.
Unless can white play this strange move? I know that positionally looks
Mhm.
bad. I know rook a3 is coming.
Mhm.
And what about this kind of the position?
Not very happy. e6 I can.
Just e6,
If
yeah.
I am,
Yeah, black is absolutely fine here.
No, should be something. I mean, before when we start b3, should be something.
Instead of
Maybe
b3,
even a4. No,
a4 with the idea b3, yeah.
but we will stop.
It's not easy to stop.
Knight a5.
Knight a5, knight comes to e5.
No.
And maybe I can play for e4 idea
Yes,
now.
you can play. Yes.
Like bishop
in-
f3,
in
e5.
center.
Yes.
Yes. So. Mhm.
Okay, so we have these two games of the leaders. We will follow it closely, but also I would like to mention the games of UAE players. Omran Al Hossani plays today with
By
young
the way,
Indian
how
player.
many UAE players?
In,
Local
master,
players
in Masters, we have three players from United Arab Emirates: Salem, Al
And
Hossani,
two young.
and Amar Al Sedrani.
Yes, two young players. Okay, most our hope is local hope is Salem and Salem Gulum.
Yeah. By the way, do not forget
No, this
the
is
very
controversial player,
but
yes.
very experienced
Very
player.
experienced, yes, player. And
I remember him played
Yes.
back in
oh, Sindarov making my move, maybe Bishop G4 only, you know.
No, to
Oh,
F5.
Bishop F5, but we don't like this DC5. Maybe nothing special knight D4 and give Bishop on F5.
yeah. So
Yes.
D takes C5.
D takes
D
C5,
takes C5
our
is
main consideration. Yes, Queen C5, Knight D4.
okay. Can I? No, probably I can't consider to take on F6 and take the pawn on D5. Probably not, because B2 is hanging. Parham Maksudlu, the winner of Sharjah Masters
With some result
2018.
like 8.5 or 8.
No, no, 7.5 or 8 out of 9.
8
Out of 9, yeah.
Sure, 8, but 8 out
No, 8 out of 9.
Maybe last round draw or something.
Absolutely amazing result. I mean, beating Van Hao with black pieces and many other strong players.
Yes, this player is very dangerous. He working on chess like I heard like 16 hours per day, yes, or something like that.
Okay, this is actually no other way if you want to be a strong player. So there is so much information nowadays.
Yeah, but see, he's always looking new ways and new type of positions.
All right.
Yes. He is trying, when I saw his game, he is trying to play unusual chess, which nobody played before him. Sometimes he's bringing great results, sometimes upsetting, yes. But let us see. Our expectation did take C5, what he will do. Bishop. Otherwise, what he has.
Yeah, otherwise black will play C4 next move and
C4
black.
next move. We, join rook. C2 squares get. B1 square is very important in such squares. So what he will do? Can he play something like Queen A3? Also his style move.
Exactly.
Yes.
This was
So
actually
no-
my question too. Queen A3 because
Queen A3
taking
and take by C maybe.
by
To
C,
use C5.
but you allow
C
me
knight
to come
before.
knight before to
No,
come.
I cannot. Take by knight. Oh yes, by E and play rook E1, bishop F1 and concentrate on E5.
Okay, unless black probably is not bad.
Not bad.
I can play rook E8 and follow it by knight E4. And let's say rook E1, knight E4. Black looks
Yes.
fine, I don't know. But once again, Queen A3. If black decide to keep the structure and to play knight to D7, what do you think about this?
Oh, maybe rook E1, okay.
Rook to E1?
Yes.
Which one?
F.
F to E1. Okay.
Yes, some move,
And let's go.
E5. I think I prepared against E5.
But actually you didn't. Maybe not enough.
I prepared, maybe some E4, but okay, maybe not work. Back. My move rook E1 I don't like. And Queen A3 also, it looks...
Yeah, so knight D7 looks logical. Move the knight to D7 and prepare E5.
Yes. Maybe it's Queen A some plan, maybe D takes C5, knight D4.
Yeah, D
should
takes
remain.
C5 and D takes C5 and
D4.
knight D4.
And try to attack on B7. Can I go bishop C8? Looks very strange.
Bishop C8 back. By the way, man,
Now
as you
everything
said,
is
black
possible.
controls the
Yes,
center,
control center.
and this is very important. Next move, black plays E5.
E5 and
Yeah,
stuff.
very good, Maestro Komarov. This is really very strong. Now I
No,
start to
like you
understand.
told knight b1.
Now I start to understand bishop to c8 back is great idea. Okay, so let's go back to board number.
Yes.
Before going for our first
Silent.
short break, we'd
Short
like to go
break, why-
to move back
no,
to
maybe better to check
first
what
first
happened.
board.
What
Yeah,
did Kiriakov?
yeah, exactly.
Still rook c. He played your idea, but Salim played our idea. Kiriakov not impressive maneuver. Rook c1. Rook
Rook c1.
Rook should be on third rank here. Yes, I think Kiriakov.
Okay, let's try to figure it out because really
Knight c5.
knight h6.
I don't like his position at all. I believe yes, he will get mate. Will get mate. Yes.
Okay, let's try knight b5
Knight b5. What else? Yes.
and g4. Yeah.
G4. Take.
You know, I have the feeling I saw this position before. Really, really. I think I'll check with the database, but
Database
I
during break. Yes.
I have the feeling I saw this before.
No, I don't believe Salim spent 7 minutes. Maybe
Alright.
it's some, but for okay.
And
All moves what he did, it's quite.
yes,
lot.
and white is down to 25 minutes only, so it's a clear sign.
And still
Kiriakov
feeling
is not.
asleep.
Yes, not longer on his home preparation. So
Yes, what to do? But what else than knight b5? You should do.
yeah. Otherwise, the rook on c1 is somehow I don't know.
Yes, what rook c1? What doing rook on c1?
Okay, knight b5.
Knight b5
Let's try to.
and g4. But we talk about breaks. Okay, let Kiriakov make this and see what Sindarov did and go to break. Maybe
Okay,
like
so we have our first break
yes.
and some conclusions after the 1.5 hour of the round 2. So big fight on board number 1. Black is trying to give mate. On board number 2 is more quiet and positional
Mode
game.
number 2 seems Sindarov still feeling asleep. Still didn't wake up.
Yes, because you cannot spend 1 hour for only 10 moves.
Yes, 10 moves, develop. Yes, so for what he did.
So Grandmaster Komarov, thank you
Yes,
for
and
joining our
I
our
hope
studio,
you're back.
and I hope to see you every day here in Abu Dhabi in our studio. So we are going for a
You
short
will
break.
Maybe find better guests and players, but okay, it's for us it's better to have interesting games which completed and have new guests.
Interesting games and interesting guests.
Yes.
Thank you,
And when Leko Morozevich will.
so yeah, we have
Yes.
actually. I want to mention we have a match, Grandmasters match.
Old stars.
Old stars.
Old
Yeah.
stars. It's.
Morozevich is not active player anymore, but
I don't know what Morozevich is not active. And like such modern chess, Morozevich with his style can come back. Yes, we can show you like Abu Dhabi challenge match. Yes, Morozevich against Leko. They will have 4, 5, and 6. Yes.
no, that's the playing days are August 6, 7, and 8. Playing 2 days rapid and 1 day blitz.
Rapid
Blitz
match,
day.
How many games? 2 games or maybe 2 games each day.
Yeah, 4 games in rapid and 4 games
Lovely.
blitz. So don't miss this match. Morozevich and Leko, 2 really great players, former great players, I would say.
Yes, they
So
can surprise
Leko
you.
is the world championship challenger.
Yes. And Morozevich, former world number
3.
2 or
Actually, in the live rating, he was number 2.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay. Morozevich is Morozevich. This player can surprise you in any moment. Yes.
So stay with us, and after
Yes.
short break we'll
Maybe
come back.
I believe for sure we will have Leko here in commentator because he is very friendly, always supporting. Morozevich, I think also, if depends of result, but I think yes. So I don't know where they will play and how it will be, but please check. It's interesting match. Yes, it's gem of our Abu Dhabi festival. So many tournaments we have. Today I met on breakfast Elmar Mageramov, former coach of Garry Kasparov, great player, was Russia, Soviet Union champion, and he told me he will play in senior championship more than older than 25 years.
Yeah, we have
Yes.
many events here in Abu Dhabi. So, senior championship is part of Abu Dhabi
Yes,
festival.
family tournaments.
Yes.
Tomorrow will start. You can join.
What about your family? Are you planning to play with your daughter here?
Yeah, like you. Yeah. Last year, no, my daughter, unfortunately, she doesn't. But she likes to be commentator. She told me why it's very sad. She has, she learned English from born. Maybe she came here, so
Okay,
she has
so
perfect.
I hope
But her chess knowledge is.
with such a famous
Yes,
coach and
yes.
and grandmaster.
No, she doesn't. She told it's very boring game. Yes.
Okay.
Actually, for girl,
Please
yes.
don't listen to our
Yes.
commentaries. Our game is great. It's not boring at all.
No,
and
for
we have
my daughter, just I told. Yes, not for This for girls, I think it's better to do something like dancing, like gymnast. It's.
well, but this is, I would say,
It should be chess. Should be come from your heart.
this
Yes,
is very old
always.
approach to girls, like
Yes.
dancing
Now
and
we
these
will
things.
be criticized like.
Of course, and,
Yes. No, what I mean, girls, you should not force girl to come to chess. Yes, it boy, you sometimes should push to his, you develop your mind. Girls, you should never force girls. Yes, this is what girls should choose by herself. Yes.
I totally agree with you. So it's very important to love chess. Okay,
Yes, love
thank you
chess
for
and
thank you
yes.
for staying with us, and we'll come back after short break.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on air here from Abu Dhabi. This year is 26th edition of the tournament, and round 2, morning round. Here we have a double round. So, and the most interesting game of the round on board 1, Grandmaster Peter Kyriakov plays with Salem. So very tense position. King's Indian attack, King's Indian defense, but many people call it King's Indian attack actually. And the game is very sharp with typical position. So black is trying to attack on the king side, pushing g4, and white got good contra chance on the queen side. White is down to 10 minutes only, so 9:57. Yeah, that's really out. I don't know. It's really hard to play this position with such a low time. Yeah, this is the position. So knight on b5. We have 15 minutes delay on our live transmission. So we don't have actually the real position here on my screen. So maybe we can see from camera. Yeah, thank you. Back to the camera. So actually I'm trying to understand where white's rook on c1. Where is white rook on c1? Where is the rook disappeared? It seems like white sacrificed an exchange. Wow, hard to believe. Yeah, white sacrificed an exchange. I don't know how it. There is no more rook on c1 and knight on b5. White is just black is just exchange up. I don't see any compensation. Well, that's really strange. I don't understand. So white just sacrificed the exchange and took the pawn on g4. But of course, black can take on g4. I don't see any problems. Of course, I mean, it's just an exchange up. That's really strange. So I'll try to put the moves on the board. Yeah, so here we have the position back from the, this is the current position. Take on g4, and white took on g4. Can I see from the camera, please? Because yeah, this is the current position. So somehow I managed to put the moves. I don't know if the move order was exactly this. So here black to play. Here's black to play. Wow, really hard to understand. Because white is exchange up. Black can recapture on g4, but unless, I don't know, maybe white's idea is to take the pawn on d6. Let's say after knight g4, knight takes g4, bishop takes g4, and if black takes rook g4, I think white can play on knight takes d6. Probably this is white's intention. White is exchange down, but maybe, next move I will install my knight to f5, and okay, who knows, maybe it's not so simple. The position is not so simple. Yeah, this actually happened, and black didn't take on g4. Very good decision by Salem. Rook a to g8, playing instantly. Yeah, rook to g8. Okay, the idea is black wants to play the bishop to f8. So let's say the d6 pawn is not in danger anymore. Bishop goes to f8 and knight takes g4. Honestly speaking, at the grandmaster level, this is the game over. And really, I don't really understand what was Peter Kyryakov's idea. He's exchanged down, but white didn't solve his problems. So still, next move is bishop f8 and knight takes g4, and really, I can't recommend here anything. It's just very bad position. Bishop f8 and nothing to continue, nothing to play. Wow, I don't know. Really, this is really strange. A really strange game. White went to a very complicated, very complex position where your knowledge should be very deep. Otherwise, you really cannot enter this kind of lines. And Kiriakov just didn't manage to put any resistance. Salem somehow okay. And look to the clock. Salem spent 10 minutes. Okay, plus additional 30 seconds. So total, probably he spent like 15 minutes. 15 minutes for the game, so it's really, of course, not Kiriakov level to play this kind of chess. So we have back in our studio one of our greatest commentator and trainer and grandmaster.
So Salem position, yes.
I would say is winning.
Microphone, yes. Now Queen D7, take on G4, Rook G8. Okay.
Yeah, Rook G8, very strong move. And follow it by
stronger than
yes, and just follow Bishop F8.
And execution will start. Yes, this I came from tournament hall. Just I saw same. Salem played very confident Queen D7, and I didn't see how he can
His exchange up and attack attacking is coming.
And Kiriakov played like right resignation, sacrifice on.
Exactly. So you have no right. Generally, I was thinking you have no right to enter this kind of positions if you don't know, unless you don't have like very deep analysis.
Deep analysis.
Otherwise, really, that's.
And Maxoglu surprised me, to play some.
Let's go to board number 2.
So board number 1.
Here I would say the game is decided already.
I told please invite Salem to our room when he will finish. Maybe it happened very, very soon. Yes? So let's go to Abdusatorov. Yes? What we have?
Yeah.
Not Abdusatorov, sorry, Sindarov. I am always, this. Knight A5, change. Same happened, same we consider it. Same position, but I think Sindarov got worse, yes, than we expected, yes. He played H6, G5, Queen A. Now I don't like his position, yes. Knight came on E5, Knight E5 is out of play, we have ideas B3, F4. Looks Maxoglu is clear better.
Yeah, white looks very promising, and the knight on A5. Okay, let's
it's
try.
It's no weakness in Sindarov's position, but unpleasant is what.
Let's try to find some counterplay.
Knight D7 to change.
Maybe to change this knight.
Knight E4. Yes, need to change.
Knight E4.
Something. Yes.
Knight takes E4. Bishop takes
E4. What? F3 or B3 or from which side we should start? Maybe let knight stay on A5, yes? So maybe...
So what is your recommendation here for white?
Start in center, yes.
F3?
F3, yes, and...
Bishop to H7?
H7, and now... you have F6 moves, so I need to be also... little bit...
I don't know, I think you are too pessimistic about black's position.
Yes,
actually, I don't think black is so much worse. Unless you know there is a tactical idea here. I don't know if it works. Can you help me? Like B3 or B4? I don't know.
B4, take and Rook A3.
Yeah, this was my...
yes, something to play against this knight. And Rook D1. And this...
forcing knight C4.
Are you forcing or Bishop take E5? You are.
Oh, yes, I missed this move.
And knight C4.
I missed this move, yes. So yeah, pardon me.
Okay, I am happy now.
Yeah, black is absolutely fine.
Black is fine. So, knight E4 should be, yes, Sindarov idea. Knight E4. What about my knight? Can I play something like remove knight, like we mentioned, knight below knight? Where is knight E4?
By the way, once again, you are absolutely right.
Yes,
knight D7 this time, maneuvering the knight.
And idea Rook D8. Okay.
Rook D8 is losing.
Wait. Queen came on A.
Back on board number 1.
Suddenly what? Kiriakov got something. Yes.
Queen D3, Bishop F8.
He will change queens. Game will not finish so early. Yes, maybe can play knight.
What do you mean, maestro? I will take next knight takes g4.
Ah, you are still keeping.
Black is absolutely
Yes, knight g4.
winning.
Yes.
I don't know. Knight
Yes,
g4
knight
is just
g4
exchange up.
and g2 is clear, full exchange. Yes.
By the way, can I go for the pawn?
Yes.
I mean, I have nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose.
Yeah. Bishop
Right.
d4.
Knight take g4.
Which one?
Which like as you like this.
Okay, knight f.
Take,
Takes,
take,
takes.
queen takes. Yes.
I'm forced to take on h7,
Yes,
king
and
h7.
Now you cannot take. Yes, on d6. Knight e3 card.
Knight e3
You
is-
can take bishop g4, rook g4, rook f2. What I will play? f3?
No, but this is
Yes.
yeah, f3.
Yes. And what we cannot do?
Pawn e4 is hanging.
Yes.
It should be very bad.
Should be very bad, but what else?
So knight takes g4. I was thinking to play something more solid, if I can
play
say.
more solid.
Bishop to f3
Knight, as you know.
and rook f2.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but it's just exchange up. I mean, for a pawn actually. I have a pawn for the
Maybe-
exchange.
I can take on g2 anyway, you know.
Wow,
Yes.
that's brilliant.
This is brilliant. I
Brilliant
don't know
combination.
What, yes, what I'm.
So taking by
Take
rook
an
is just
f3.
losing,
And yes.
and taking by bishop.
F3, same position what we mentioned. Yes, you cannot easy to avoid.
Yeah, and bishop takes
Bishop
d6.
No, maybe rook g2.
This is just losing. Yeah, probably by many.
By many ways.
Yeah. Right. So
So Kiryakov will not hold this.
yeah, this is the current position, and white is still thinking. White is down to 7 minutes, I think,
Yes, better.
and black
After
is
2-3 minutes, we will request to go to this board.
bishop
Oh.
b4. He did.
Bishop
He did play
b4.
this
Now
move.
Salem, he has big question by which piece to take on g4. By my piece, he took to protect on g4, on d6.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah, this is the.
yes, he took to protect. Okay, 3 minutes 40 seconds for Kiryakov. Okay, so better to watch direct, yes, because all variations simple, so we can watch direct. It was, I don't know, you heard, and we apologize. This was problem with sound. Yes, some problem. Yes, during our transmission.
No, it was
As
everything fine. Everything was fine.
Yes,
And you
but
can follow us on all major chess sites, also on YouTube, on our channel on YouTube, Abu Dhabi Chess Festival. So with a lot of videos, and you can also follow us on our official site.
now
for
it's-
photos.
We are 12 now p.m. Starting 12.
Yeah, so
Yes,
two
in
2 hours
middle.
from the start of the game, and probably
Yes.
we soon will have first result of the.
First is Alcapan made drone board 3 against Vasquez Schroeder, player
From Chile, or from Spain? From Chile. Originally he's from Chile. Now I think he lives in Spain, but originally he's from Chile.
It's not young player. I think it's young player.
No.
Yesterday saw.
I did play with him in a Linares 2000, I think, something like 19 years ago. So
Yes, so it's
we are not young anymore. All of us, we are not young anymore. But
So he drew against Akopian.
and still, I mean,
Board 3, yes. And Salem, okay, we saw this. 2 minutes, Kiryakov. Okay, I think everything writing. Writing on Kiryakov face now. Yes, all he understood.
hard to advise something
Hard to
for
advise. F3 is coming, yes,
Yeah.
you know this problem. If not F3, maybe you can do something. But F3 is, yes, hard to advise, need to take on H7, yes, what else? Or Bishop G4 and after take. Yes?
Let's
No.
try. No other moves. Otherwise,
No other.
rook h6 is also a threat.
Yes.
Oh, no,
yes,
no.
or Queen H3, yes, yes, so King H, yes.
Queen takes h7 one more time. Let's show it on the
Yeah.
board. King takes h7 and
What now? 93 coming.
yeah, 93 is coming and
Bishop g4, rook g4, f3 looks decisive. Yes, f3. Don't believe we can go rook take f3.
yeah, it's hard to save this one.
Knight,
It's just-
bishop d6, something happened. You will take on g2, take on b2.
Yeah, collecting all the pawns, just exchange up and
I don't know which kind of position we will go, but maybe against knight.
I mean to taking bishop takes d6
yes,
here.
somehow take on d6.
Okay, first of all we can take on
rook
g2
in f1. Yes. Well,
and maybe even I don't need to
yes,
change the
maybe
bishops.
you will mate me by bishop.
you know
bishop,
this and checkmate.
This finish. Bishop c5 maybe, but bishop c5.
I'm just collecting the pawns.
Yes, d6. D6 is nothing. Yes,
Just
bishop
take the knight.
G5. Yes.
And black's threat is bishop f4, bishop g3.
Mate, yes, bring bishop. Is nice. So. Yes, we
Yeah.
invite. You can put to chat your suggestion. Suggest. Yes. So.
Oh, sorry, I'm just yeah.
Yes, rook was on g8. It
Yeah.
happened in the game. Rook g8 like this. Kiryakov made all normal moves and lost. Yes, all human moves.
Exactly. This is the way
Yes.
how sometimes yeah. No, he took on
And
h7.
decided to play, but now it's coming my idea. Knight e3, knight g2.
Knight e3 one more time.
Rook f2 and let to check what now. What rook should go on f2. Yes, otherwise knight g2 without compensation. So rook f2 and Salem, maybe knight g2 is working.
Knight g2, yeah.
Okay, maybe you can take rook f3. I mean on f3, rook f3, rook g2.
Let's show it to our
Show
audience. Yeah,
yes,
takes
rook f1.
and rook takes b2.
How to stop?
Everything is hanging. Okay, I can save the piece by playing bishop
You
takes
can
d6.
save. Okay, it's good point.
But I don't believe I can save my king after.
Yes, Salem will be
I don't know.
ready to give mates.
By the way, how to finish the game?
How to finish the game? Yes,
Yeah.
looks completely winning, but
Almost probably rook takes b5 should be enough. Or somehow it's
bishop
maybe
h6 we like, but there is no mate
bishop
on
h6.
board and bishop f4. Okay,
Rook to c1.
c1, something strange.
Okay,
45 seconds.
White is trying to find some counterplay, counter-attacking idea.
What's after knight g2?
Just move the king somewhere to f2.
Like this and
Yes, and trying to if you play knight
But-
h4, I will play bishop to h1. I understand this is very bad. This is very
Yes,
bad, but at least
But if you give me chance to bring knight on e6, rook c7, take on, I will have something.
once again, let's see the position after rook c1. This is the current position.
Rook take g2, Salim likes. I know his style. and
But
take
you
on
know,
b-
I don't believe this
Can
is
he
necessary.
win?
Let's try.
Can he win by force by rook b2 here?
And rook takes pawn.
Yes. Can
Bishop
he
takes
win?
d6.
Can he win here? Like take an f3, something like. Now f3 maybe.
Knight f5.
Knight
Looks like
f5.
only move, but this time you will get two passed pawns.
Okay, this I don't like. When I was.
Hang on,
exchanged
can I give you mate?
And mate like maybe.
Knight g4, but you'll start
Rook
give me a
c7,
lot of checks
lot of
here.
Checks,
No,
nobody likes.
this is not probably the way. But what about taking an e4?
e4. Maybe winning.
Just e3 is coming, two passed
Yes,
pawns.
rook g2 check and
I don't believe white can stop these pawns, no?
no.
Yeah. Okay, so
So it's matter of calculation here, a little bit. Take it Salim style, to make clear by take rook b2. I know him. Yes, he will try to calculate till the end. Also, you know, maybe after bishop d6, something also you have in your pocket, like, okay, maybe it's, let us see, rook g2, some moves.
Okay, one more time. Rook takes to
Take.
g2.
By
Take
the way, here no, okay.
king
F3
h1.
also you can play
f3 immediately.
immediately, but rook b2 looks better, you know.
Hang on, one more time.
But-
I like the move f3.
Yes, because you bishop d6. What?
All right. And can I? Ah, no, I cannot continue by f2. Okay, first I will take on d6, knight d6, and move the rook away, just to play f2. And we'll got the same end game after knight f5. Yeah.
Rook d2 you can. No, rook. No.
And knight c4 is coming. No, that one is should be winning, but not immediately. Oh, by the way, rook d2 is the simplest
Rook
way.
d2 simplest.
Yes, because now knight f5, at least I keep this
Knight
square.
c4 you are
Take,
giving
take
me
and give it
on
check.
f2.
Yeah, this was actually my idea.
Okay, maybe. Looks. Let's to see what happened. Salim thinking. Let's ask. Okay.
Rook takes
so the
g2.
Rook takes g2 is, you know, simplest. You know, to not let bishop h1. Here is rook more. Bishop more important than rook. King h1. Okay, here. Now Salim he saw something for sure. He has a. But Salim is materialistic. We learn from Carlsen. Carlsen in some game he played against Caruana. Salim didn't take second pawn.
No, no,
No.
no.
So-
All your philosophy about
Yes,
materialistic.
It's
Actually,
now-
I know. I saw the idea knight g4.
yes,
knight
knight
G-
g4, knight f2.
Yeah, and nothing.
mate,
And
yes.
also knight g4,
no
rook f2.
materialistic. And yes, it's mate. And rook h2, f2. So
Exactly.
double mate.
Exactly.
Yes,
So absolutely no defenses against these two. Knight g4 and knight
Can
f2.
I play rook g1? Ah no, f2.
Rook g1,
Yes,
f2, nice,
F2,
nice point,
yes.
and mate in 2
Yes.
after. So nothing to do.
Nothing to do. Only
Nothing to do in my opinion.
Okay. Start by take, but knight bishop take.
I will
knight
not take
G4.
knight g4.
Knight g4.
Of course, I will not take
And rook f.
rook f1
Rook f1. Okay.
and okay.
Okay, you can take rook.
No, I'll take on d6 first.
No.
because you cannot take
rook
on f3.
H2, f2 check, rook take f2.
Oh
you
yeah,
can
oh yeah,
also,
oh yeah,
yes.
yeah. Good point.
Rook
Just
up. But yes, you can take, you cannot take. Yes, it's rook up. Oh, should be winning. Yes.
yeah.
How many?
So
yes.
black is completely winning. Soon we.
So we are waiting Salim if he will join us. Today's double round. We have
White is down to 4 seconds. Bishop is.
Bishop d6. Now Salim
It's
will
completely desperation.
enjoy his
Knight g4.
He's winning.
We are betting on the move knight g4.
Hour, yes.
Knight g4 and mate to follow, or winning the rook, or everything. I mean, yeah, here is
Knight G4.
okay. Just couple of
Okay,
seconds
he
till.
has many moves, but knight g4, yes, double threat.
Yeah, this is the most precise move just to finish
Knight
the game.
g4, his hand is on. Yes, now mate in one trading. You can get, okay, check on c7 is nothing. Maybe must go over line, rook f1.
What? No, it doesn't have.
Bishop e5, knight f2 mate. Bishop c5, bishop takes c5.
It's just a rook up. With
So,
nothing to discuss.
Nothing to do.
Sorry. So
Need to play rook f1, unfortunately, yes.
and after rook
After
h2
we have
check.
plenty of moves, yes.
But this is the clear
This
way.
is-
Clear
yes.
way to finish the game.
You
So
can
Salim-
bring bishop somewhere, but rook take f3, so no.
I don't believe this is the position to discuss, like on the serious level. This is just
okay. Everything. No. Should
here in
be-
the Emirates we are used with this kind of just position with to continue. Rook
Yes.
f1, rook f1, and really a pleasant choice for Salim. He can win the rook. He can take the rook,
You see how bit solid grandmaster, yes. Rook h2, he is going our line, yes. F2, Salem's thinking. Little bit, of course. But
Maybe just wants to repeat the game, the position.
repeat, but,
But of
there
course.
is no sense. to
Absolutely. But I can take on d6 first, by the way. By the way.
repeat. This is, I don't know what is better, to take
Yeah.
on this.
No, it's just. I mean, I don't believe there is a big difference. So
Maybe better F2.
I think we can already congratulate Grandmaster Salem with his second
Yes,
consecutive
second.
win. And
So easy beat solid grandmaster. Yes.
right, yes.
So easy, yes. You know.
So this is actually the difference when you don't play chess so often.
Chess, yes.
Somehow you lose the skills. Yeah, you just
Yes.
you don't. I mean, you lose the skills because really the position is very dangerous, and the way that Peter Kiryakov just went to this without any, like, let's say, deep preparation,
Any
knowledges.
idea, yes. He is not.
Yeah, rook
okay,
up.
yes, rook up.
Nothing to continue,
so
nothing
we
to
are
play.
expecting some, but okay, Kiryakov will, okay, take, and we'll try, how many pawns? Only, 2 pawns for rook.
One, I would say.
No, A5.
Yeah, he's still alive, so 2 pawns for a rook.
A5, yes. Knight d6, right. No, okay, he's
Are you taking this position seriously? Because
everything
really,
now you should take seriously. If
come
I
on.
take on b7, see,
come on.
take. But maybe Salim needs one move, one
I would,
precise move.
if
you
one of
know.
my students will continue to play this position, even the level 1-5, really I would say it's a shame. It's a big shame to continue, just to continue this
Need
one.
one precise move.
Knight f6.
Knight f6 or no, knight e3.
Knight
is not
e3.
mate, but
But I don't need mate, because if you take, I'll take the pawn on b2 back. By check, this, check,
check.
this,
yes,
and
rook.
give me.
Give me a6.
Oh,
Yes, rook a2, knight c5.
and knight c4. Or bringing the king first, I don't know.
Oh,
Or rook a5. So
yes, so
I don't believe we need.
hopeless.
I don't believe we need to analyze this position seriously, because the game is done. So
Let us see just what happened. It's camera.
maybe we can move to board number 2.
No,
Yeah,
no,
this
no.
is- we stay on
Salem,
this.
See, good player must think here to make precise.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes,
So
to, especially you have 2 pounds, so you need to.
but
No, maybe knight e3 looks.
knight e3.
But Salem, what he will play? I know his style.
No, usually he likes force variation, as you said.
Force variation, yes. Rook.
So knight e3 is the
Knight
move.
e3 is a force. Yes.
Actually, I can play knight f6 here.
Knight f6, knight b7, and
Even the very ugly move like rook b8.
rook
Of
b8.
course, it's not the move to advise, but still, black is completely
I'm
winning.
coming in my rook a8. Rook a8, you will play b4.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, not knight b7, rook a7. So, some technique you need to show.
Let's go to board number
Board
2.
number 2, Sindar. Sindarov played same h4. He. Okay, you didn't play knight e4, Sindar.
He didn't play knight a4. He played, I think, rook c8. And after move
Against b3.
f4. No, how it was actually? It was h4, g4.
No, we are watching
F.
here.
No, maybe it was this, not this move order.
There is no pawn on f3. I like Maksudlu position. How to break. He didn't see immediately because before you can b3. He made very, very interesting. See.
Exchange sacrifice.
Exchange
Yeah.
sacrifice, maybe rook f1 idea, and rook f5. Let us see, rook f1, knight e4, knight take e4, f2, and knight take g4. He is getting immediately 1 pawn back. Yes.
Yeah.
Looks promising with knight on a5.
Yeah, that's really very interesting.
Really very interesting. He break.
Yeah, this is the current position, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
and-
breaking structure.
One second, can I play here knight h5? Is this position?
Bishop
Knight h5, where do you move your bishop?
h5, no, I cannot. Bishop f4, I will not take. Bishop h2, you will play g3.
Bishop takes h5,
H5.
and take on h2, take on e5.
e5. Maybe knight h5 correct.
So for instance,
Bishop e1 maybe.
yeah, I was thinking,
But you
this
will
take a knight g7, this was my idea.
Knight g7 and happy.
Well,
Rook f5
you know, here is
in
this.
between, but where is...
It's
and rook
intermediate.
g5 check if bishop g3.
Alright, nice point.
Yes. And
White
now
wins both
you're-
pieces.
But it's like we showing, it's approaching only. So knight g3. Knight g3.
Knight g3 here.
Yes.
Rook g5 check.
Yes. How is this? Bishop on
King to
h8.
just move the king to h8. And now the bishop on d2 is hanging. On d2 is hanging. Can I take the pawn on g4?
You can, but I will also play something like bishop f6.
Bishop f6. Let's collect all the pawns.
No. You can take. Sorry. I
The knight on a5 is
Yes.
hanging.
But what shall I do? f5 maybe I have again. No, also no. No, wait.
f5, and
Or-
if I take the bishop, you take the
I'm
knight, I
apologizing.
take.
No, something wrong went.
Probably white is better here.
White is better. What? Okay, let's see what Salim did. Maybe we will have Salim after. Still professional. Okay, he has 1 hour. Yes.
Just
No.
enjoying his position. I don't believe
Yeah.
there are some technical problems here. I don't
Yes.
believe. Just he tries to calculate maybe till the
Yes,
end.
Till the end.
Till the end, because sometimes really you need.
93 looks, yes.
93. Maybe I can play b4.
Beautiful. But
No, it's just check and rook b1. No, I don't believe white can hold this one. So just we're discussing the position of grandmaster level with rook up. It's,
it's
it's,
instructive position, exactly. Maybe rook f2 you have, but same.
So
Same.
this is
You
not.
for rook f2, rook
Yeah, rook f2.
b4
Yeah,
he will play, yes.
Rook b2.
b5,
and knight e3
knight
now,
e3, yes.
or
you
knight
are-
f6, knight e3. I don't know. No, I don't believe we should discuss
Okay,
it.
let's go
at the
Sindarov,
scene.
original Sindarov. Can we saw camera Sindarov?
This is board number 2, and after rook f white, black.
F1 Sindarov checking. Of course, knight h5 in his mind, yes.
Knight h5, or knight e4, or what?
Knight e4
else?
I will be happy. I will
Yeah.
take on it.
Take, and
Knight
one of the pawn is
h5.
lost.
Critical is knight h5.
Okay, can I bring the knight to c6? Just playing knight c6 here. Rook takes f5. Yeah,
He will be better.
I understand.
Not
It's a
so.
full compensation.
Yes, full compensation. You need, yes. If you give free on f5, it will be full. No. Critical should be knight h5, yes?
Yeah. So once again, knight h5.
Knight h5. We need to, where to go?
Yeah, bishop e1 looks.
Knight h5, critical.
Yes, he
he
did it.
played, yes.
So bishop to e1.
Bishop to e1 and what we...
So once again, let's show it bishop h2 variation. Like
G3.
g3, bishop takes h5, takes the bishop on h2, take on h2, bishop takes e5, I think, to damage the structure. And after pawn takes e5, what do you think?
Yes.
We can continue by knight c6, rook
Knight
e8.
c6.
Rook
Another
takes
rook on it. But knight f3, like this.
this and
Yes,
that,
knight
yeah.
f3, rook e6, but white is again rook e6 worse.
Looks like full compensation. Just bring the king to g3 and then
You
maybe
know,
king
even
f4.
not moving knight g5. Yes,
Yes,
you
yes.
are
No, no,
improving.
no, no, no. Just improving the
Maybe
position.
f6 I should play. But you will take and take on d5.
Okay, I mean, pawn e3 is also hanging, so
Mhm.
not that simple. It's not that simple.
So,
Okay, two passed pawns. Rook d5, rook e3. Definitely it's strong compensation, but
mhm.
not that simple.
Yes, as
Not
we
that
are
simple.
playing chess, yes, now it's not.
So once again, so here is really important.
You told bishop e1.
Bishop e1 or bishop h2? Okay, bishop
What's
e1.
wrong with bishop e1?
No, it was nothing. Bishop
take
takes,
a knight g7.
and
yes.
here very important move. Rook takes
f5.
f5. Yeah.
Very strange. Looks should be for black. Yes. Something we missing. Yes.
Maybe not. You know, maybe not. Because rook g5 is a threat. I mean, rook on f5 is just wants to take all the fifth rank. Yeah, like
Yes.
knight, both knights and bishop and the pawn. So one of the black's pieces is falling. I don't really see how can black save all his pieces. I mean, what do you recommend here?
I told knight g3, but just I don't know. Start with check or yes, start with check and bishop take g4.
And
And
king
how
h8
it was. Maybe I can.
and bishop takes g4.
Yes.
And
And
what
we
to do now?
didn't see
f5, yeah?
f5 or f6.
Oh, by the way, f6.
Why f6? But you giving me something after f6.
What rook takes e5? Pawn takes e5, bishop takes e8.
Yes.
Rook
no,
c8.
You have knight e2 check. You missed.
Oh, it was in
something.
between, sorry. Intermediate
Something you
move.
missed.
Yeah, and black is winning.
That's why two commentators always better.
Hang on,
than-
but if I take the knight first,
Yes, this and some unclear position. Yes.
to exchange,
To exchange one, we will give back maybe.
Should
maybe not.
then I want to play knight c6,
Knight f3. maybe.
knight f3, knight c6, and bishop f4. Somehow white managed to get the stability,
Mhm.
and now knight g5 is coming, bishop to f3,
Mhm.
to exchange downs, but
Okay, we are again far little bit.
Yeah.
Should be some solution is, but Maksudlu will not play fast.
of course this here is a very important decision where to
Yes,
move
it's-
the bishop, but in both cases white gets compensation for the exchange.
So our advice is what bishop. What about bishop f? Bishop f2 say.
Knight h5, yeah, bishop e1, yeah,
Bishop, but bishop e1 or bishop
h2.
h2. Bishop e1, yes.
Can you now play? No, I can't. I was thinking on bishop h2 to play this strange move, but the point being that on this I can play. I wanted to play f6 and play knight g7, but I'm not in time because same rook takes
Same.
rook takes f5 is strong, and on
Yes.
this just take
Rook h5.
on this maybe it's no, the pawn is
There
hanging
to
check on
see
g5.
Salem still.
Yeah, board number.
Oh, we have Salem bringing king. He did my move, looks, rook f2. And we are not bad, I saw. But now Salem maybe he calculated till the end everything. And Salem will play rook a check. And what? And just king f4 and knight e3. See, professional chess. Very professional. Now, yes, rook f2, rook b2, king bring. Yes, this is C. Strong player, what to do? Bishop take, knight d6, rook f2, b4. How it's happened? Yes.
And bringing the king, yeah.
Bringing the king, yes. D6. Resign, Kiryakov.
Congratulations for
Congratulations.
Grandmaster Salem.
Knight F6, what it's happened?
Just to stop the pawn D7.
Just stop and he's starting. He's not collecting immediately king e4, but rook b4, maybe any move, and start to collect. Very interesting what they are discussing, yes. So we need some assistant maybe to have Salem here. Yes.
Yeah, he will come to our
maybe
studio.
I will go to care about my players, which is already almost done, I saw. Okay, Salem, we hope we will catch.
So very good victory. I would say instructive game. So for the players who plays King's Indian, I would recommend.
Yes,
we'll recommend this game because this is really a very instructive attack.
How to play King's Indian,
Especially
yes. And Rook H6, interesting idea to provoke some moves, and after back Rook G6.
And the maneuver King H8, Knight G8, Knight H6. This is a very typical idea and strong.
Yes, should be.
And
like
bringing the queen.
Yes.
Yeah, very good game for.
Final position, but it's not changed much.
As I said yesterday, Abu Dhabi is a very lucky place for Salem.
Yes.
He plays here very good. I mean, especially last year result when he shared first, and with good attacking games.
Yes,
and this year
last game against Sheparina very complicated.
Yes, exactly. So once again, he is the leader of the tournament.
Okay.
With 2 out of 2.
Yes.
But in the afternoon and round 3 he will play on board number 1 because from remaining.
Which board?
This
yes,
is still 1.
Still one. Yes.
Yeah, because Krivoruchka lost yesterday.
Yes.
Nihua on board number 2 didn't manage to win. He made a draw.
Or his opponent was better.
Yeah, actually he was defending.
He
was defending and trying to save the game.
Salem is now on the way, will be, yes. If we will have, I don't know. He has right to refuse also because double round we have.
No.
We cannot force anybody, just his goodwill.
All right.
Yes, of any player, but I think he will have it, yes. And
so let's focus on board number 2.
so
the game Max Sodlu.
This game of today, King H2. This move we saw, but we not like you change so many pieces by Knight G3, Bishop E5, and Knight coming back.
This is really strange decision.
This decision is not like. Not Maksudlu style decision.
Yeah, yes.
We expected some rook sacrifice.
Okay, let's see after King H2 if
yes,
I take.
Bishop, maybe he will go King F4.
All right.
What's
so Knight takes G3.
He likes to go Knight C6. Possible, I know.
Bringing the knight into play, yeah?
Yes, but he's look one strange boy. Look his hands. One he is moving pawn, one he is making C. Very for his age.
Emotional, yeah.
You know, for his age, this player, what doing? Yes, during. It should be chess game. During game, you should be cool.
Okay, still very difficult to control the emotions because he is still small. I mean, young. He's 14 only. Do you know?
14 or even yes. You are around 14 years.
Yeah,
Knight C6.
I think he's the third by age grandmaster in the world and all his chess history.
So now what? Rook F5? No, maybe.
Rook F5, Knight takes.
Knight F5. It's really what Sindarov wants. Knight take F5, Rook E8, and take Rook CS. This is what he wants.
Exactly.
Maybe King F4. No what to, but Bishop H6.
I don't believe it's realistic. So Knight C6, Knight C6,
Knight
very strong move. Okay, let's play the direct move, Knight takes C6.
Yes, because you have Knight E7 check.
You take by pawn most probably?
Most probably, yes.
And Rook takes
Rook
F5.
takes,
take on g3, king g3.
And rook e8
But now pawn d5 is not anymore a weakness.
Yes,
Um,
but you
I
have,
can concentrate attacking e3 and b2.
Yes, but yes.
What about rook e8 move? How do you defend the
e4 maybe, but you can take on e4 and push e3. Yes.
Or can I play c5 here?
c5, interesting.
I don't
Very
know.
interesting move.
Maybe something like...
Breaking. So position became unclear suddenly. Yes.
No, king h2, somehow, I don't know, we
Yes.
don't like this move, so king h2, Maksudlu's king
What
h2
solemn?
here.
Somebody will assist or what? Very solemn. Maybe I will check. Yes, if to not miss.
Yes, so
Yes.
please,
Yes, we
Dmitry
will
Komarov,
try. I will try.
thank you for
No,
staying with us.
I am not. I am sick. I am trying to. Yes.
So this is the current position after knight c6. Maksudlu is okay. Once again, I want to say that knight h2, king h2 is not a very good decision. Not very good decision because somehow gives black a tempo to bring in the knight. So knight c6, a cool move, a strong move, played by young Javokir Sindarov. So 14 years old player from Kazakhstan, grandmaster with 2479 rating points. All right, so knight c6 came a big surprise to Parham. So once again, what are the moves here? So taking on c6 is one option, taking rook takes f5 is the other one. I don't know. I would take rook f5. Okay, let's check one more time. Rook f5, knight takes g3, king takes g3, knight takes e5, pawn takes e5, and rook, or maybe the other rook actually. Rook c to e8. It's somehow looks that black got very good chances. I mean, winning chances, I would say. So bishop takes g4, taking Baruch on e5. Black is exchange up of k for one pawn only, and white's position is broken. I don't believe white has compensation anymore. So it's just strong move knight c6, very strong move knight c6, and yeah, and now Maksudlu needs to find a way. I would say like trying to play for to not to lose this game. Okay, so once again, knight c6. Let's move knight takes c6 one more time, pawn takes c6, rook takes f5, knight takes g3, king takes g3, rook e8, and knight f1. But after knight f1, black will play rook to b8, attacking the other weakness. Yeah. So enough counterplay for black, and just black is just better. So very strange decision. Okay, knight takes c6, he did it, and after b takes c6, bishop d6, Parham decided to keep the bishop. Rook d8, and yeah, and white is still thinking. Ladies and gentlemen, we have once again leading grandmaster Salim in our studio. So I'll remove, yeah. Congratulations for
Thank you very much.
for one more victory.
Thank you.
Yeah, once again I will remove the computer assistance
Yeah, very good.
because
Because then at least I can sound correct.
right. So please share impression of the round 2 of the Abu Dhabi festival.
I have to flip the board first.
Right.
Okay, round 2. Today I prepared in the morning. I woke up late, but I didn't even have time for breakfast. because okay, I thought it will be easy preparation, but he plays the same systems against everything, which is tricky. It's easy to prepare, but usually people who play this way, they know very well what they are doing. Like he plays against, let's say, he goes for the Nimzo Queen C2 all his life. He doesn't play anything else. Against King Zidian, he goes only for this line.
But honestly speaking, looks like he wasn't prepared. I mean,
Yes.
so good against this system.
He's not very professional player because he plays like one tournament per year. Maybe you know him more than me probably. But during the game, actually, Vladimir Akopian warned me.
Yeah.
He said that he was considered prodigy when they were young, and he played him in '93.
Okay, it
and
was
probably-
something like 30 years ago.
Yeah, but okay, I mean, like these talented players, they are always very dangerous, you know. Even I don't know after how many years.
Actually, I mean, of course, he's a strong grandmaster, but he's also a very good composer, chess composer,
Ah,
composing studies.
I
So
didn't know
he's
this.
actually he's quite famous on this composers.
Okay, it's good that I knew only once. I was happy about my position and playing, you know, because knowing these things, you start to be a little bit less confident, you know, that maybe he will find here and there something. So okay, actually here, okay, here he plays this a4, and to me it was a new move. Like I knew other moves here.
A4, this is old Coach Noise idea back to 1992 or 4,
Yes, I know, even before I think.
and maybe before
Because
he
when
played
I
with
checked today, I saw
Kasparov.
that Korchnoi played
Yeah,
twice,
this was his pet line. I mean, for many
but I
years.
don't think it was against Kasparov.
Not against Kasparov,
No,
yeah.
no.
And this the maneuver knight b5, knight a7, yeah.
I didn't have time actually to check the history, but I just saw that first who played it is Korchnoi, like two
Right.
games, and then the third game is already Kryakov.
Ah,
You know?
all
So, and he played it like 9 times. So I checked what to do. I saw his games. He had rook f6, he had knight f6, many moves. And in his game, rook f6 happened. He probably also couldn't remember, that's why he was spending time. Rook h6 happened.
somehow unusual idea, you know, just to
Yeah,
put the rook in
yeah,
front of the pawn, but
yes, it's not the most usual idea, but it also there is in King's Indian such plan with queen e8, queen h5, and checkmate.
right.
So knight d3, knight f6. Now I'm threatening queen e8, queen h5. That's why bishop e1. The point is if queen e8, then he has knight f2, h3 set up.
Right, yeah.
So now he had the game until here, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, but maybe he forgot because it was more than 10 years ago.
And he spent here more than
1 hour.
1 hour. Yeah, that was really strange.
So he couldn't remember probably, and his game went queen e8, and he won this game because queen e8 actually there is nothing. I mean, later black played anyway with rook g6 h5,
Hmm.
but after losing one tempo with queen on 8, and then after knight b5 he went queen d8 at some point. So he lost 2 tempos, and this position I had in my computer, so I thought while preparing, then why not rook g6 immediately? And that's why I played rook g6, and the computer said that white is better after this because computer wants to play g4 immediately and takes everything, some bishop f6, like concrete idea. And then I asked the computer like why not king h8, and he suddenly dropped the evaluation. And then I thought that this was my end actually of preparation. I thought that okay, I will just play. If he drops, then it was not played, and so on. But I remember one like thing that when the computer in lines with c5, he's taking, but I didn't want to take. That's why when he played, let's say, rook c1, I played okay. Here I have to play knight g8,
Yeah.
c5. I mean, in this kind of positions, computer like to take, but I didn't want to. I wanted to continue like, you know, I'm crushing, because he also doesn't know if this position is lost or he has no idea. If I start to take, it means that the game's still going on. If I play with knight h6, it's like a bluff, like okay, it's mate already, I know everything, you know. So this why I was considering this also in my mind. I don't know if it makes sense or not. And I played knight h6 because also here g4 is maybe interesting, because you don't know knight and h6 it's great or not. You might force it actually. I can play g4
And
then
follow it by knight h6.
and
yeah,
then
if
yeah,
it-
to decide if I need to go h6 or f6, or maybe he will not take, then I don't need this tempo.
Right.
But at the same time he was very low on time, and I just wanted to keep putting pressure, you know, so I was not really calculating much.
Okay,
must
here
say.
probably feelings are more important than calculation
Yeah,
because
but I mean here you have to choose. Maybe g4 is good. I have no idea. Maybe it's better move. So, but I just want to continue normal chess and ask him to show what he would do. So I actually even expected this exchange sacrifice. But I thought also here maybe he was going for this, for example. Let's see.
so now let's sacrifice the rook.
Okay, but I don't know if it works or not.
Yeah,
This,
take the rook.
take the rook. And the problem that he will want to take on c8 at some
Some
point.
knight. Just
Somewhere,
nowhere
yeah.
to move the knight. Maybe to g8.
To
No, to
g8.
g8. Rook takes c8. No,
But
that's
at some point rook c8.
yeah. Rook c8 is the move.
Yeah, so
Actually, always this rook c8
maybe even
comes.
knight h3 starts, I don't know. But then I can take on g2, I don't know. Maybe even you have better square. Maybe h7 is better in case of g2 idea, knight g5, for instance. But I don't believe it works. I actually wanted to play here. Yeah, I thought about I thought about rook, just rook here.
Knight e6.
Yeah, takes g3. It looks like he's very solid with knight h3 already.
Right.
But then I found this idea, knight h7, and I want to change the knight at some point with knight g5, and this is quite annoying. Also, I want to take the pawn.
Yeah, knight g5 comes very strongly. So.
Also, I'm not sure if I want to go knight g5 or just queen h4, knight g5, not caring about, for instance, I didn't calculate, but like queen d5, for example. And then like I thought even just to play like this and then just to go for it. Should work, you know. But maybe knight g5 simply is good, or maybe just knight, because after knight g5 he will let me take. And then the question is what I'm going to do. How good is it? Yeah, probably good for black, of course. But he didn't go for this. And yeah, he went. Oh, where is it? Okay, I have to press here. Oh no, I messed it up.
Yeah, just let's move a little bit back. Yeah.
Okay. Here.
Yeah, g4, and here he took immediately. Yeah, he sacrificed the exchange, which is, I don't know. It's
I mean, it's like positional idea, but the king is where if I'm not so fast, then normally it's interesting.
exactly.
Especially if he picks up some pawns.
But
And
it wasn't the case, I think. Just
no.
probably taking on g4 now. Maybe it's. I mean, just taking twice
Takes,
and taking by pawn.
take by.
I was thinking during the game that maybe this can
But
be
then he
the.
doesn't like that I get a6.
Yeah, knight a3, knight c4. I don't know if I'm
Yeah, you can.
probably not in time.
But I mean, I'm just standing this way. I can just slowly prepare everything. Let's say, I don't know, queen somewhere, e7, and then rook g8, knight h. I mean, he's not moving. No, I think actually, generally, he should take by knight.
To bring the bishop into play.
Yes, and the rook also.
But if takes by knight, the pawn e4 is vulnerable.
Not really. Yeah, this is the point. That actually, pawn on e4 is not really hanging all the time because of this rook on d3, like queen d3 or bishop d3. You know. So actually, like in the game, even. I thought that he took on c8 and maybe some a6. I thought for 1 second. I didn't even think more, but here I thought that actually he would take with knight. I think that this is the way. It's maybe well, anyway bad, but this.
And if you continue with the same idea, rook g8, what is the
I mean,
difference?
he has extra plans with rook f3, for example.
Right. Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
Oh, this bishop can come out. I don't know. Maybe it's bad anyway. But with the knight on f2, I have all the time in the world, and he can only move his queen like he did.
Yeah.
That's why I was not even in a hurry to calculate anything. Yeah, actually, I have to say that I played many blitz games with Komarov himself in those kind of lines, and
You know that here in studio he is guessing
king
all
h8.
and almost guessing all the moves, like king
I mean,
h8,
king
knight
h8 is
h8.
very typical idea.
Yeah.
Okay, for people who play King's Indian.
Yeah,
For I mean, other viewers who don't play King's Indian, this is very interesting idea. It's very typical. You want to bring the knight to h6 and play g4, or sometimes even knight g8 and g4 immediately. And then when things are exchanging, you can go by queen, you can go by knight. So this king h8 was actually, you know, it's funny, but the computer, okay, on low depth, yeah, because I was checking fast,
Yeah.
that he is proposing g4 and he think white is better, and I played king h8. he thought white's better, but then after some time he immediately thought that no, now it's already unclear, zeros or something like this. And I thought this is maybe even bad if I go deeper. I don't know. So and then okay, what happened?
So sometimes you don't need to go very deep in your analysis because you will become more pessimistic, let's say.
Yes.
At least now you feel like by feeling you have a strong attack, and who knows?
Yes.
Yeah. So this one. Yeah.
Okay, it also helped that he was thinking a lot, and you know. But why is the time still ticking? I stopped my clock.
No, this is probably from the website. So
Okay, here I mean I don't need to rush. I can just prepare everything, protect the
yeah, this
six,
was very strong.
and just go in
Indeed.
h7. Not to give any chance. Okay, I can even take by h, knight h, but just to protect d6 in case. And here bishop f3. I mean bishop g4 is losing. Probably you saw everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
I mean the point if he takes then. And these two pieces.
Bishop d6.
Bishop d6.
It's not losing immediately.
No.
I mean, not losing material immediately.
I have seen something.
Bishop h6. I have check maybe on f7.
Okay, it's not such a big deal. This is probably just bad somehow.
Yeah, it should be bad, but
Maybe he should have played also this way. I don't know, because with the knight on e3, it's.
yeah, terrible.
I thought actually he would take, but maybe he just didn't like this. Okay, rook takes, take here, and if I give check and check, oh no, he would go king d2, rook f2, yeah. So takes is normal. This. If I take on b5, a5, this is not so much.
Well, I don't know, some technique.
Yeah,
that
but
needs to show some technique
maybe
here.
I should keep the bishop, yeah.
Playing
Like
bishop
this.
h6, then I can give the check on f7. I was thinking during the game.
King
and
g6.
Rook
and
takes
takes.
b7
So
and
rook c8,
show me the
rook
mate.
c7.
Yes, exactly. Show me the mate.
Okay.
Bishop e3 and king somewhere to give him checkmate on
This
g1.
is also hanging. And if I play like I'm burning all the bridges already.
Hang on, bishop e3
Take on e5.
and king somewhere h6.
Rook
I'd
is
say.
hanging.
Rook is hanging. Oh, sorry. Rook f2 check
Okay, he has to go
and
there.
king somewhere.
h6
There to h6 and
and finish.
checkmate.
And checkmate.
Yeah, looks
Yeah.
like checkmate. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, okay, something should work.
Yeah.
But the way he played, he even gave me this extra option. I thought he would play rook f2, but actually I didn't want to take.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought that king f1 and he is still playing.
And if knight h4,
Yes, I'm rook h2. I mean,
rook
okay.
h6.
Maybe he's not playing, but I thought that since he don't have any moves, I will start with bishop e7 and then knight g2 later.
All right.
Like minimum knight h4 will be not hanging,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I also have bishop. I thought that in some like I don't know bishop here, and then I'm mating on
Yeah,
h5 or something.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Why to hurry?
Why to hurry? Because
Yeah,
he cannot
exactly.
even make a threat.
Exactly.
And then I thought, okay, rook takes is good. I mean, knight g2 is probably okay, but this bishop is giving him some solidity, like king f2. It's bad, but
That's true. Yeah, no, it's a first way to win, actually.
yeah.
If you go a little bit deeper with calculation, it's just winning
Yeah,
by
because of
direct calculation.
many mating, even with bishop on f4, I have mating idea, or knight on f2. This
Yeah.
is still live. The game is not over. I'm just
Yeah, because
24.
15 minutes delay on live
Ah.
transmission. This is our anti-cheating measures.
Ah.
So, so always like so
Yeah,
knight g4.
We are analyzing bishop d6, yeah?
Okay, it's I don't know. It was
Different
just,
way to win.
yeah.
I'm okay. I always like to threaten mate in one.
of course.
Maybe here knight f2 will also work or something, but I don't want to already take it too far.
Yeah, no, it's just a clear rook up and.
But I mean, already after this is one of the most unpleasant moments when, like, you are completely winning and he just I don't know how to play already. You know, everything wins, and I'm thinking here for long.
No, the most important thing is just to keep concentrating, to keep concentration, because really, like, if you, let's say, one move, like,
Yeah, like okay,
If
for
you give the
example, you go
pawn-
this. I mean, like okay, I'm mating you. Maybe I am mating anyway.
What
Actually.
about d6?
D6. Yeah, D6 is the problem. No, I can
You're
always
forced
go
to
knight
move the knight back, yeah.
but or rook f7. But yeah, this was the problem, that I needed to lose time. I cannot even mate immediately, and then then I decided to. Here, I mean, because also rook b4 and then trying to be precise, but already this is easy with knight f6. No need to give mate. I will just pick up everything already. It's Tsuk Swang.
Congratulations, one more instructive game in
Thank you
King's
very much.
Indian. Definitely I will show to my students, because many of my students are playing King's Indian, so this typical idea with knight g8,
Yeah,
knight h6, bringing the rook first, rook h6, then rook g6,
yeah.
coming back and bringing all the forces to the attack, queen
Yeah,
d7,
because here
rook
also,
g8.
I mean, he lost harmony, because normally white wants knight on d3, bishop f2 and c5. But then when you are forced to go bishop e1, knight f2, already you don't have threats, so black have time.
Exactly.
With moving the king. And also, when white's playing h3, you can also lose a lot of time, because he already created a target. So this king h8, knight g8, knight h6 looks long. But if you think about it, already white created target with h3, and also he lost the dream setup.
Yeah.
Because the dream would be some king on h1, bishop on g1, and he's already crushing
Actually,
with the
this was
diagonal.
at some point we are analyzing, which move. Okay, you will be probably very much surprised, but the idea was just evacuating the king and this position. The move king h2. Can you believe in this, in such a move? So the idea is rook h1, king g1, and king f1, and run forest.
But probably,
I don't know.
I mean, it shouldn't work.
Yeah,
I will
rook
just
h,
continue my plan. And here if I go king g8,
king f1.
king f1. Okay, now first of all I have a tempo. I mean, you cannot stop g4.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. I don't want to stop. I mean, I can stop. So
But what you want after g4 to take h3?
maybe I want bishop
G?
d3, king e2, and slowly, evacuate my king.
So let's say this, you take.
This, and the thing is, you don't have the h5 square for the knight. I mean, the rook on h1 is very strong, I would say. But maybe you can play slowly. Rook g5,
Rook
knight
g5, g3 also. I mean, it depends. Okay, if your knight has to go somewhere, if you can find like bishop d3, yeah?
maybe yeah,
But I can also play g3, knight f7, let's say. Because, okay, your knight has to go here.
right.
And, okay, maybe some knight g4.
Still, my king is not.
You have to go knight g1 now.
Yeah, okay, looks I don't know, looks bad, yeah.
But also, I think when such things happen, sometimes you can also consider some c5 to close everything and to say that I am the only one playing. But
Well,
I don't know. Let's say here, I don't know, some c6 or c5, just to also compete on the queen side. It's not like you are playing alone here and everything's closed.
Yes, yeah.
Just an idea, I don't know if it works or not.
Maybe knight g4 is too much here.
Yeah,
but
maybe just c6.
c6 and yeah,
Bishop d7. Maybe I will open, maybe not.
trying to play on the queen side too. Yeah.
Not to give him free hand there. And yeah, no, okay. Also, no need for g5. Okay, it's interesting idea, but I think black should be very happy. Okay, this is good idea not to get mated.
Exactly.
Yes.
It was like desperation and trying to evacuate the king. So otherwise, I mean, from human point of view, the
And
position
what
is.
about this? Okay, looks very stupid, but what about this?
Oh, wow.
It's very concrete.
Okay,
idea.
knight to g4. Probably I'm forced to. And so probably I'll be forced to take on g3. Yeah.
If you are taking, then I think it's a good idea. Maybe you will sacrifice exchange and say that, okay, I closed everything. Maybe. But I mean, this is crazy to play h5.
Yes.
It's completely anti-positional. No. Yeah, okay, just g4 or just bishop d7, wait, move, then with c6. I mean, I have the breaks, so
Right.
I'm the one who controls the game now. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. very much.
Thank you. Congratulations one more time. And
you.
don't forget, it's double round today.
Yes.
And the round starts at 6 o'clock, round 3.
Okay.
Here-
I will try not to miss the game. At
Yeah.
6, yeah?
Yeah, at 6 o'clock. So good luck.
You are on the air. You said at 6. So if it was 5, it will be. your fault.
Let me check one more time. So round 3, we have at 6 o'clock,
Okay.
6 p.m. local time.
Okay. Thank you.
So one more game to play. We can for board number 2. We'll follow the game. Maksudlu Parham plays with Sindarov. And here I was criticizing the move king to h2. No, the game is already very far, and we have 15 minutes delay. Wow, the game changed a lot. The game changed a lot, and I believe white is clearly better here. White is clearly better. Something went wrong for young Javonhir Sindarov, because, well, the position looked like very promising for him, but now white is 2 pawns for the exchange, and bishop's pair. White got some stability on the queen side and huge advantage on the king side, so just marching the pawn, h5, h6. Yeah, that's really strange. That's really strange. King to h2 back. King to h2 back. Probably white wants to bring the knight. Knight to g3 is the idea. Very interesting idea. Very interesting move. King h2 back with the idea to bring, or maybe just to move the pawns. To move. Yeah, this is not the current position. We are 15 minutes delay, so really hard for me to go ahead with the moves, because this is not the position. This is not the position. This is not the position. Okay, maybe from camera view, yes, thank you. So rook b8, black is down to 5 minutes only, and bishop takes b2 is a huge threat. Rook f2, yeah, this was the idea actually of the move king g3, maybe to bring the rook to f2, and then later on rook to c2 to force the black bishops from c1 to move it. Okay, rook f2, I don't see any other. Oh, the pawn on c6 is hanging, so that can be also an idea. So rook b8, rook f2, king. Can white play here h5? And the idea is, if bishop takes b2, bishop takes b2, rook takes b2, h6, the knight is trapped, and white got material advantage. So h5, go forest. No, rook takes c6. Okay, so Parham absolutely decided just to reduce material. But from the other hand, I don't believe. I mean, black managed to activate. Black managed to activate his rooks. So bishop takes b2. Bishop takes b2. I don't see. Okay, unless rook e1, there is an intermediate move. Rook e1 attacking the knight on f1, and if knight g3, now maybe I can play bishop f4, trying to use the pin. Honestly speaking, I don't believe this is the move. But still, rook e1 is kind of tempting of rook e1, or bishop takes b2. No, I believe bishop takes b2, just picking up the pawn. So takes, and also c3 pawn is weak. I can attack. Okay, d5. So I mean, it's a full compensation. Yeah, it's like full compensation. Okay, actually, bishop f3 is a very strong threat. Bishop f3, pawn d5 is lost. Bishop f3, yeah. No, still I believe black needs to play very precise to save this game, because bishop f3, rook c5, knight g3 or e3, h5. So somehow white will manage to win the pawn on d5, and if d5 falls, then c4 is lost too, and the knight on g7 is misplaced. I mean, it's clearly misplaced, so it's very difficult to bring it to the game. So rook takes c6, bishop takes b2, bishop takes b2. Black is down to 3 minutes and 35 seconds, and the position is very complicated. I don't know. Okay, let's try to go for immediate counterplay with rook e1. Rook e1 here, knight g3, and knight and bishop f4. I don't know. Honestly, doesn't look very promising to black. So bishop takes b2, bishop takes b2. Sindarov is raising his hand, and no, not bishop b2. I don't know. I don't see anything better than this. Rook b6. Okay, rook b6 just giving the pawn. No, I don't believe. I don't believe this is the move. Maybe rook takes b2. Rook takes b2. Yeah, sacrificing the exchange. And it deserves attention actually. And black is like a tempo ahead to take the pawn on c3. So rook takes b2. Rook b6 now. Rook b6. Okay. Well, strange move to me, because white can take on b6 and play bishop f3, or white can play rook c5, attacking the pawn on d5. Okay, I understand. Now black really wants to activate the knight on g7. So black needs to come into play, otherwise his pieces is just too far. All right, so we don't have the position on our analyzing board, because it's 15 minutes delay and many moves were played. And this position, no, this is just it's better to have a camera view, because really we can't. Yeah, rook b6. So rook to c5 or rook to c7. Rook to c5 or rook to c7. I would recommend here. I don't know. So in the other game of the round, I mean, local player Amran Al-Hossani, unfortunately he lost his game against Indian player, international master Arjun Kalayan. So yeah, just briefly I would like to show this game. Knight h5. Okay, interesting pawn sacrifice, but black didn't get anything from it. Rook d8, king g7, and bishop d2. Black is just losing material. Black is just losing material. All right. So Salem is the only player from United Arab Emirates with 2 out of 2. And back to board number 1, board number 2. I'm sorry, board number 2. And better to have the position from camera, because thank you, we can follow the game. So rook takes b6, yeah, just concrete approach. Pawn takes b6 and rook and bishop f3. Bishop f3, correct. Forcing black to play the rook to d8. No other moves, and now white can start slowly moving, I mean activating the pawns. Or the other plan is knight to g3, knight e2. So white is 3 pawns for the exchange. I mean, from a material point of view, white is big advantage, and also the positional advantages. No, it's just white is winning. That's really, I don't understand the move rook b6. So instead of trying to play some to create some counterplay by attacking on b2, just I don't know, just the game is just technically lost for black. So now that's very strange decision of young Sindarov. He's losing probably all his pawns. So rook to d8, knight to g3, and knight e2. There is no more pressure on b2 pawn, and white just can start pushing his pawns, his passed pawns on the king side. It's technically winning position. So So far, no surprises on board 1 and board 2. White is down to 1 minute and 53 seconds only, and the position remains very difficult. I don't know. Really, I don't know. It's really a strange decision. By young Grandmaster Javohir Sindarov. So the pawn d5 is hanging by check. I don't believe in any counterplay like rook e1 because I'll collect all the pawns, bishop d5, bishop c4. No, just knight f5 is the same result, just taking all the pawns. And if rook d8, rook is passive. Now rook b6 definitely is not the move. So all right, this is the current position. Black is down to seconds. And no, definitely I don't believe he will defend the move. Knight to f5, okay. This is kind of desperado. Sacrificing everything, but bishop takes... Oh yeah, the pawn f7 is still alive, sorry. It was my mistake, so pawn f7 is still alive from the camera. I couldn't see the pawn. So the position is not that clear. So bishop takes d5. Or can I try to play king h3 here? King h3, and if rook e1, knight g3. No, this is not the current position. We don't have the moves with 15 minutes delay, so better to stay on camera. Knight f5, so black's position is not that bad actually, with the pawn on f7. So bishop takes d5. Okay, king h3 is the main alternative. So king h3, rook e1, and knight g3. Trading the knights and trying slowly to take the pawn on d4, but of course bishop takes d5 is just the move to play. I don't believe white needs to play something different. So more than 3 hours. Yeah, bishop takes d5 was played. b5 defending the pawn, that was very important. c4 pawns is very important because it takes a lot of space, and sometimes black can use also this pawn to play b4 to break the structure, by the way. C takes b4, c3, and if bishop takes b4, bishop takes b2, of course bishop. So b5, king h3, I believe. King h3, I believe this is the move, bringing the knight into play, because otherwise it's really hard to activate the knight. Okay, so b5 and king to h3. White can use his time, it's 15 minutes on the clock, a lot of time, and I think Parham Maksudlu will stay on this position longer. So on board 18 we have the win of Grandmaster, very famous Georgian Grandmaster Bahadur Jobava. He won against Agmanov, so we'll try to invite him in the studio. So Bahadur Jobava is one of the most original grandmaster nowadays, playing a lot of interesting games. He was playing in elite tournaments, beating many players. Okay, I can remember the games with Karyakin, Swidler, and many other grandmaster. On board 22, Grandmaster Yufa Daniil from Russia. He won against candidate master from India, Murik. So far, no big surprises. So yesterday it was really a lot of surprises, and this time everything is, I mean, the favorite players won their games. Yeah. So once again, let's go back to board number two. Board number two from the camera. Yeah, King H3. Okay, it's easy to predict the moves. And Rook E1. So Rook E1. The idea is if Knight G3, Black can play Rook to E3, Bishop to E3, and try to use the idea with B4. Knight takes G3, King takes G3, and B4. What about the move Knight H2? I understand it looks a little bit weird. No, definitely no, this is not the move. This is not the move. And Knight to H2, Knight G3 is much stronger. Knight G3 is much stronger. Knight G3 or Knight H2? What is the move? What is the move here? No, Knight G3, Rook E3, Bishop F3. This looks natural, but maybe not the strongest. Maybe not the strongest. Actually, I have the feeling that Parham Maghsoodlu missed in his calculation, because now Black got real counterplay. B4 idea is always in the air. Bishop F4. I mean, if Knight G3, Rook E3. Probably everything will end up with changing material and a draw, but so 3 pawns for the exchange. Normally in the endgame this should be enough for a win, but the game remained very sharp. So for instance, Knight to G3, Knight takes G3, King takes G3, B4, Bishop B4, Bishop B2, take on C4, take on C3. This probably, okay, White still keeps better chances. By the way. Yeah, we cannot show the position on the board, because once again I would like to remind you, we have 15 minutes delay on our live transmission, and it's really hard to be updated to the position on the board. So this is the current position. Especially, I can follow the moves when I'm following the game. But when we have some special games and we lose something like half an hour, it's really hard to update the moves, the actual position on the board. So Rook E1, Knight to G3. Yes, he did it. This is the Knight E3. Aha, that's clever idea. Because now King on H3 is somehow trapped, and it comes by tempo. Bishop C6, and now Black can think about playing B4, Bishop B4, Bishop B2. No, really, I believe Black's counterplay is enough to hold the position. Black's counterplay is just enough to hold the position. So here I will try to reconstruct the moves. Yeah, taking, Bishop F5, Knight F5, Bishop here. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we have a really special guest in our studio. One of the greatest grandmaster of our time. And
sounds too loud.
Yeah, grandmaster from Georgia, Bahadur Jobava.
Hello everyone. Thank you for the invitation, guys.
Yeah, and he just won his game. Can you share us some briefly some impression of this game?
Yeah, today I met a young player. He's I think 19 years old, from Kazakhstan. It was our first meeting ever. When I checked his games lightly, he was playing against T4, mostly classical systems. So I was interested to see what he will offer on the Nimzovic, what I regularly use recently, and as I realized during the game, it was good choice because, in my opinion, his reaction was not the best. He had one game previously with a6, I think, these positions with either bishop d6. I don't know why he changed this time because it seems like a logical plan.
d6 and bishop
and a6 and bishop d6, and with idea once white play f3 to meet with c5. Maybe he was thinking that I have some deep preparation or something, but it was far from truth. So he played bishop d6, he made the rook c1, again a6 was maybe, and c6. This move a bit unlogical because usually in such positions black wants to play c5 after f3, and it will be a waste of time this time. And also b5 square is weak, it's not under control of a6 pawn, and c5 is always maybe met by knight b5. So f3 is logical move because after castle immediately maybe knight g4, begin some tactical.
Yeah, there is a famous game, I think Van Velle Arch, when after this knight h2
yes.
was coming, and something like bishop takes h3 immediately, or after queen h4.
It was in the same position?
Oh, I don't know exactly,
similar
but
maybe,
yes, and the idea is, I think bishop takes h3 maybe immediately. And black got very strong attack.
Yes, I didn't want to check it.
All right.
So I played f3. I think it's most logical move in position, controlling g4 square, e4 square, and it's very known classical plan coming from old times by our great champion as champion Mikhail Butvinik. He was extremely strong in such Nimzovic structures. So I was learning also much by his game, so it makes some influence to understand these positions. So idea is quite simple, to make short castle, and depends how black will rigged to play sometimes g4, h3, king g2, or immediately e4. Actually white doesn't have any better options here because they have to play on the king side and in the center. And blacks are quite lack in counter chances. They choose the line where probably they have to play on counterplay because they don't have any more c5 line. So, and he played knight h5, quite interesting move. I think maybe it's even best in this position because he wants to prevent normal castle. Once I will castle, you make moves, he will play queen h4, and it's very unpleasant, annoying move because white cannot protect logically normal way this pawn. h3 is maybe even dangerous, maybe he can even take, I'm not sure, but looks ugly already. g3 possible because it's probably at least draw for black, maybe.
Just taking here,
yes, ag, bishop g3, and I don't know, it's at least draw, or maybe even I can lose after rook e6 some moment.
Yeah, so bringing the rook.
Yeah, so I did not calculate it, even 1 minute, it's not necessary. So I realized that I'm anyway already gonna lost castling possibility, so it was two options, or put king on d1 after queen b3, or queen c2 after, or what I choose, king f2. What is more, I think, more in the spirit of position, because I want to play anyway g4 and then king g2. So in such a closed position in center, in solid position center, you must not be afraid to lose the castle, because also black is losing quite a amount of time here. And I think his next move, it seems like principle to avoid g4 move. He played f5, but in same way, it's positionally in long term can pay very bad way, because
managed to use the square e5.
Yes, e5, and also it's like you can use f5 pawn for break in
just
G4,
a
E4.
hook, yeah.
Yes.
Queen c2, bringing the rook to g1, e1, and play g4 or e4.
Yeah. In my opinion, the most logical move was, instead of f5, just go back with knight, because it made its work. White lost castle. Also g4 immediately, maybe it's a dangerous move, because black will take probably with bishop and take 3 pawns.
Yeah.
And of course, it's as minimum good compensation. I was going to play some kind of move like h3 with two options, or play next rook f1, king g1, or g4. But black will play knight bd7. I will play maybe g4. He play knight f8, and bring this knight on g6. And after knight g3, for example, knight g6, knight c2, it's absolutely normal game with complex position. And who is who? I mean, this was the most logical line, I think, for both sides, in my opinion. But after a5, he was lucky that I don't have knight g3 immediately here, because it seems like good move, but queen h4 only move and same time strong. After knight c2, he has again only move f4, but very strong, and black is doing okay, because white has to take on f4. He gonna take with knight, and suddenly my development seems very nice, much ahead of black, but same time pieces are takes not so suitable, comfortable places, and say like not good way to develop.
Yeah, especially
next.
d4 pawn
Yes,
now
yes.
is kind of target. And
The problem is that when I calculate this line, I was going to take on f4 with knight, but he takes bishop f4, and after rook e1, which seems very strong, unfortunately it doesn't work, because first he takes on e1 with rook, forced me to take with queen, and now bishop g3, hg, and queen d4, and unfortunately I don't have normal
retreat of the king, yeah, because
yes,
it comes by
yes,
check.
and I need to change queen e3, and it's of course not, we don't speak any of advantage for white, maximum maybe draw in good way. So that's why I played h4. The idea is to always keep eye on h4, I mean not allowed queen h4 check first. Second, once knight retreat immediately on f6, I will have h5 move. And yes, this was my idea. But and also at the same time I'm keeping I'm asking him what is your next ideas. And I always wanted to play g3 some moment, knight a4 idea, and okay, I mean normal move. What else? I don't know. h4.
Yeah.
He played bishop e6 here. After we discussed after the game, I think queen f6 was. We thought that queen f6 was the most logical way. Try to develop the knight on d7 then f8 in normal way. But I wanted to play maybe queen c2 here. Not allowed immediately. Knight d7. Always have to keep eye on ideas. Knight d5 sacrifice now. Even sacrifice queen and
Yeah.
some moment. So, but I think black is okay. Even to play g6 maybe here, because it's. I mean, he already make weaknesses, so it doesn't matter any more or less. So knight d7, he wants to come, and after bring knight on f8, it's nothing so wrong, yeah, with black's position. And okay, some moment maybe I'll play g3, knight f4.
Maybe it's time to to play rook g1, king e1, or no time for evacuate the king.
Yeah, also it's also possible. I have to always take eye on c5 ideas in
exactly.
So, yeah, probably g3, knight f4. It was like prophylaxis ideas, always what I had in mind. Also maybe idea king g2, knight d1, knight f2, and then go bishop and knight d3. Okay, it's like long game here with very complex, impossible to evaluate. I think it's dynamical. Maybe equal position, or maybe little advantageable, perfect, suitable for white side. I don't know. This was, I think, more logical. He played bishop e6, and now a little problem starts, because I played queen b3 here. Very unpleasant, provocating move, because how he played now I didn't like actually. He played b6, and it creates new weaknesses. And after this move, very hard to develop queen side pieces. I think instead of b6, rook e7 was very interesting, what we discussed. The idea is if it's black to move, he wants to play knight d7, and if once I take, he will have knight c5, and my bishop hangs on d3. So we discussed that bishop b1 maybe is interesting move here, because now knight d7 is not possible, probably, and not so easy to find with black how to develop this knight. And I always want idea to play g3.
Unless I was thinking now maybe black can sacrifice the pawn in such a manner. Takes, and knight goes to e5, and next move knight c4 because
maybe.
bishop is not controlling
Maybe.
c4 square anymore,
Yes, maybe, yeah.
and maybe black can create some
Yeah.
dangerous
very possible.
counter-attacking.
We analyzed it very light, but rook e7 I like to
Yeah,
analyze.
yes, it
Bishop
looks.
b1 maybe is not good. Actually, good question what to do. Maybe knight a4 beside the bishop b4. I don't know. Now I'm thinking.
Switch the position.
Yes, and try to exchange this strong bishop. I mean, black is okay. Yes, he can take and play a5.
Okay, it's playable position.
Yes.
Playable position.
To compare what will happen in the game, this is like paradise oasis in desert. Yeah? So he played b6 here and queen a4, very annoying move again. The problem is that he cannot develop. c5 I did not calculate it much because it seems very dangerous for black because always knight b5, dc bishop a5 ideas. I don't know, maybe come to suggest it, but a6 is also a light mistake, I think. Dubious move. Maybe a5 was better immediately because later on he anyway played it, so a5 at least. The same way I wanted to play queen c2, knight a4, but of course pawn on a4 is much better than on a6, yes, and or sometimes knight a6 ideas coming some
Right.
moments, not now,
Yeah.
but yeah, anyway if a5 was better. He played a6. He wants to play c5 as I understood, so it was right time to retreat with queen on c2, attacking a5 pawn. And of course, in such positions, when you feel that you are better, you are trying to avoid any counterplay for opponents. So that's why I was very careful with calculations here. And also, the problem was that in this tournament we don't have increment after 40 moves. Here is times, right?
Yes.
So he had less than 11 minutes here against 36 minutes. So it was extremely hard to play with black. And for any chess player, I think in the world will be very hard to play with 10 minutes here because positions are really bad. White has a lot of ideas on the queen side, on the king side, in the center with different maneuvers with pieces, and black just has to be careful not to collapse immediately and don't have any strong counter answers. That's why it was extremely hard for a young player also to defend it and move move by move. His position was getting worse and worse. So he played g6 normal move, knight a4 again, avoid knight d7. Also b6 square is now weak. I wanted to play some moment queen b3, so he played I think a5 he played, yes. Yeah, so we see that he just lost important tempo. Maybe not so important because position is closed anyway, but still it's psychological view. During the game it's very unpleasant when you realize that you just lost tempo. So I played queen b3 I think, bishop c7, what else? And g3 I think. It's time to start some actions. Of course, if I will manage to change these knights, what happened in the game, I think strategically is winning for white. So he played bishop f7, good move. And everything was telling me that he wants to play after knight f4, knight f6. But suddenly he made a huge error. He took. I think this objectively should be strategically huge.
Taking
mistake.
the knight on f4, yeah?
Yes. I think in my opinion he should retreat with knight on f6 and try to hold position. But the point that white seems to be better, but not so easy to find any real plan too. Black just waits. Black cannot play actively in such positions. They just need to wait. So my idea was some moment to play like bishop b1, then bring knight on another knight on e2, and try somehow from c1 to d3, develop to e5. Yes, but black has to be. White has to be very careful because once I will start this plan, always c5 is coming. So this was absolutely playable position. It's impossible to analyze this position. It's just practical position. But of course, with such a time, with 10 minutes, for black it would be anyway very hard to play. But after knight a4, suddenly all goes very easy for white because after gf, h5 is threat, so h5 he has to close. But this is not how to say fortress. This is not his fortress. Yeah, after h5 he played.
Yes.
because the problem is that his queen side pieces are locked on the squares, and white has very strong pressure on the king side and on the center, because always e4 is coming. So I played queen c2, psychological move. First, sometimes I want to play knight c3, knight b5, one. Second, always have to take care on bishop a5. When opponent has time trouble, you have to find such a moves when, you know, it's like infernal, how to say, indifferent moves, which creates from first view nothing, but at the same time it's very unpleasant, because he has to take care now about bishop a5 square. That's why he played queen f6. Maybe it's not so good move actually. Maybe we discussed, maybe it was better somehow to put rook there, rook e6, rook f6, because what we see in the game, because always once c5 there would be bishop c3 possibility.
And also defending the pawn c6.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
black is ready to move the knight to d7.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And to bring the knight into defense.
Yeah, but during the game it's not so easy to realize it, because it seems that queen f6 is close to king and protecting better, but at the same time it's far away from action. You know, this b6 square is weak. Also, once c5, dc, bishop c3 will be always pin. So that's why I played knight c3. It's time to go back with knight.
I was thinking here, sorry to, the idea of to play b3 and maybe
Yes,
knight b2,
exactly,
moving the bishop.
This was my first option.
Yeah.
Bishop a5, but I realized that once I will play this, let's say next move bishop f1, yes. For
Right.
example, rook a7, let's say.
Okay, rook a7.
Like bishop f1, some move, I don't know, whatever, king h7, let's say. And once I will play knight b2, always have to take care about c5 moves here, and then d4, maybe some counterplay. Also dc, bc, queen b2, maybe I placed rook incorrect place, but the idea was like that.
Yeah, I
I'm not sure,
understand.
because I can lose control on e5 square after dc. And then he got counterplay, yes? Unnecessary counterplay, I think. And
Yeah.
then I thought that I realized during the games that after what I played knight c3, I want to play knight b5.
B5,
yes,
yeah.
Bishop d6 looks like normal move. Rook cg1, and now he made, I think, last decisive mistake, king h7 here. After the game, we discussed that king h8 was only move here. Of course, king f8 it's not good, because after king f8, knight a4, I think, unpleasant. No, I mean after rook g1.
Yeah.
Yeah, if king f8, then knight a4. The problem is that I go back with knight and force you to play bishop c7, and then b4 always is coming now, and we check. That's why king
Yeah.
f8 suddenly can be bad. That's why king h8, I think, was only move, because the same idea what was in the game, what I played rook g5, now it's not so strong, because after rook g5, he can play bishop e7, and always the idea go with queen and attack my rook on g5.
Yeah.
Yes, and in the game, what we see later, it does not work for black. And the point that I want to play after king h8,
Yeah.
knight e2, most logical move, I think, with that e4. But my opponent Sugeske, very extremely strong move in this position, bishop e6, extremely hard to find. The first idea is to play rook a7, rook g7, and second that after e4, which seems completely winning line, it's not so, because he takes twice, and once I take with bishop, bishop g4, very unpleasant move and extremely strong. And suddenly, why if white does not achieve immediately something, I can be bad, because knight d7 is coming, my squares, my pawns are weak, positional and bad here. So and we didn't find anything forced by white, because rook g4 doesn't work. He takes h5, g5, bishop g6. We are talking just about compensation. So this is not what I was going for sure. During the game, I thought that after king h8, knight e2, I did not see bishop b6, but my first aim was to play knight c1, bishop f1, knight d3. You're right.
Right.
This was my, because once knight comes to e5, it's over, yeah. But after knight c1, all suddenly changes now. c5, he has to play only move, I think. I have to take dc, and now I can maybe use this king on h8. After bc, I just simply go back with knight on e2, and after knight c6, I have bishop b5, and still. Yes, or knight c6, yeah.
Knight
knight
c6.
c6 and bishop b5, yeah. And still maybe white is better, because it's not so easy to control all the diagonals and sacrifice the chances. I don't know. It's what we analyzed, very express
Yes.
analyze.
Yeah.
But at least King H8 was more stubborn defense, I think, because what we can compare what happened in the game. He played King H7, and after Rook G5, the point is that now he don't have any move like Knight D7 or Bishop E7 because Bishop E5 is the extremely strongest
So after this,
threat. Yeah,
Bishop
take,
takes
and
F5.
it will be 2 pawn ups in the endgame because Bishop G6, I take on F6, take on D6, and it's just over. And yes, yeah, minimum 2 pawns, and also Queen G6 doesn't work because Rook F7. So he played maybe only move Bishop E6, but now I played Rook G1, Rook G8, and E4. That's the difference, because he cannot take on E4. For example, F E4. I played Knight E4.
Wow.
D Bishop
brilliant.
E4. Okay, during the game I thought that it's not need to be calculated. Yeah, like Tal, for example, I think it would not be waste second care because I didn't believe that with pieces on the queen side, far away from the action, and with such a develop and so many threats that it's possible to defend. But I don't know. Maybe you have some engine here. Maybe it will confirm my evaluation, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah. For me, it was like winning. I don't know.
Yeah, and computer confirms.
I don't see.
Yeah, what is-
yes.
yes.
So okay. Yes.
Yes, so you're absolutely right.
Yes.
It's a good evaluation, good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know. Just feelings tell me that it's
Yeah.
and
So Rook H5, Rook G6, Bishop
everything.
G6.
F5 after Bishop F7, I think F5 immediately just collapsing everything. I mean, don't take on H5. Yeah, F5 and so many threats. How to defend this? For human it's impossible. Maybe even for computer. And he played. That's why he played. Maybe it's already over here. After E4, he took on F4. And I just simply go for bishop after e5, and he took twice and knight e2, I think. Finally, and it's lost because after c5, knight e4 is over, and after check he just losing queen. What happened in the game? King g1, and he played knight d7, rook h2, and just over because no way to go with queen. Yeah, okay, it was like a normal game, and I think the critical mistake from black was knight a4, in my opinion, and this is details like king h10, king h8. It doesn't change the paint of game. And first dubious move, I think it was f5. Second dubious move was b6, and critical mistake was knight f6.
But anyway, it was not easy to play for black because there is
was not,
always tension on the queen side and the king side and the center.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Yeah.
okay, very very powerful play.
Thank you,
Congratulations.
At least I played whole game normal, yeah, because recently what I play, maybe I could play first part normal and then one move or second move it's over, or I play just whole game bad. So, the reason what I play much better here because I'm in double room with my friend and we are going to the swimming pool maybe.
So
what
this
I
is
would
very
never
important.
do if I would be alone, you know.
This is very important, especially today is a double round. You need energy, so
Exactly. Yeah.
next round start within couple of hours. So
Yeah.
I hope. Thank you for coming to our studio. I hope to see you again because I know today is like a very busy day with double rounds. But really, I want you to come to this studio maybe to tell some story
Thank you.
about your recent tournaments, about your chess,
Okay.
about your life. So
Thank you. It doesn't matter how I play, lost or win. You can,
absolutely, but better to win, of course, better to
Okay.
win. And
Thank you.
I wish you good luck and see you coming to our studio for the next games.
Okay. Thank
So
you.
ladies and gentlemen, Bahadur Jobava, leading Georgian grandmaster, one of the most original and stronger grandmaster in the world. So back to our game from board number 2. We have from camera view. So the game is over, but anyway, yeah, white won. Parham Maksudlu won his game against young Sindarov Jawahir from Uzbekistan. So you can follow the game online. So once again, we have decisive game on board number 1. Salim won against Grandmaster Kiryakov. On board number 2, Maksudlu won his game against Jawahir Sindarov from Uzbekistan. Once again, fighting game, decisive game, but this time, this round, no big surprises. All rating favorites won their games. So thank you for following us, and don't miss the second round, the third round, the second round of this game, starting from 6 o'clock local time, UAE time, with Salim playing on first board. Don't miss the round. And me, Grandmaster Viorel Erdekescu, I would like to thank you for following us, with a lot of strong Grandmaster here in the studio, Grandmaster Salim, Grandmaster Badur Jobava, very interesting guest, and of course famous Grandmaster and commentator Dmitry Komarov from Ukraine. I would like to thank you, my team, for a really great job. So thank you for this all this help, and we have beautiful venue. Thank you to organizer for this really great event, and see you soon from 6 o'clock local time. Goodbye.